it's a start. You got to start somewhere. NRG now.
They look so much better on Pearl with the one change of that jet. The synchronicity on
Taking the fight to Furia. Putting Furia on the back foot on the retake.
Bro, why did Furia win map 1, dude?
NRG have done
not even
a really good job
competitive
of
match
on these last 2 maps.
One enemy.
And this is, I mean, this side in particular is what was talked about as a weak point or a potential weak point for them.
The CS Austin major tickets had it way worse. The prices were triple than normal. I'm pretty sure it's the same for Valorant, dude. Hold on, people will scout me?
It looks like you mentioned playing a little bit aggro towards Jenny in the post plan.
As a Sen hater, I would love to. What the fuck?
Exactly what Cloud9 were doing to them.
This camera angle makes it look like you're in a Zoom meeting. Yeah, dude.
Mata just,
Uh-oh.
I mean, destroyed them.
Oh!
Might have a bit of the same here.
One-sided right now. It's like
Try to rotate over.
Mata.
NRG are going to have to play this a little bit more basically. They've already gotten out onto the site. As Heat and Havoc join the fray.
It's so one-sided right now. It's like Pearl all over again.
No hesitation from NRG. Like I said, those protocols coming out in full effect.
Bionics, thank you for the 5 gifted.
Finesse taking that rope, grouping up with his team. They take all
That's
of
Fracture?
Sands.
That's not Fracture, that's Furia.
There's so much utility for them
but
to
no
clear
cigar.
out these close cubbies. And
That's Furia.
Again, getting overwhelmed.
They fucking ruined 2G and they fucking suck.
He's not been able to.
It's like a double whammy for Brazil, dude.
Trips in the last 2 maps.
They fucked over their region twice with this change.
Fury are trying to play that disruptive.
Brother, NRG have.
Pack that shit up, Furia! Ooh!
I mean, what's your? It may have been
nonchalant like that. Stop tapping LOL,
Sometimes
dude.
when the hands aren't working, the utility
Let it
can
all
do the
out and
job.
ruffle.
When did you become the good cop?
Ooh!
I mean, what's your? It may have been full copium because Mata is not slowing down. It's a massacre, Doug.
Pack that shit up, Furia! Send your ass back home with fucking zaps.
Sam meant when he was talking about
All you
Sin City
motherfuckers, dude.
on
Fuck
map
it.
1. He just.
Some time, like having an aggressive. It's gonna be a round where
Get
Fury
5
just
while you're at
decide
it.
to use all their ultimates down a couple players. Like
5
they
is
did on
5,
Pearl.
chat. 5 is 5.
Because NRG have gotten
Don't hate the
first
game,
blood,
bro.
I feel like every single round this
Don't
time.
hate the player, hate the game. Wait, what?
I don't remember them playing from a disadvantage much.
So much noise being made here from Mata.
If they 13-0, who's going bald?
Now you have to be worried about that tower.
Can we change it? Can we change the who's going bald to who's not getting a haircut?
Be flustered
Or
right now.
like,
Fury have
instead
no
of going
idea
bald,
where
you can't
NRG
get a
are.
haircut for
They're
like
so
6
worried about
months.
everything. I mean, we have
That's
a
the new
stun trap
challenge,
play here
dude.
at Dish. Some info will be gathered here.
Who's
from the
not
side of
letting
Fury.
their shit
Maybe they
get
can
cut?
a read now that this might be a B hit coming through, but you cannot play in tower against that ultimate, Doug.
No.
Sit down.
The drone doesn't even fully clear the northern side of the map. Ult now popped. Mata now
Rosa?
through. It's not going to connect.
Oh, hey, what's up, man? Thanks for running into my lap, dude.
Just trying to make.
Nah, when
something out of
Furia look
nothing
bad,
with Khalil.
they look bad.
The post plant now, you don't really have to overcook it if you're
Like,
NRG.
They're not fucking around with the way they look.
And
But they
honestly,
want-
even if you
they let us
do
know.
decide that you want to turn the heat up a little bit, you've got so much money.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Just a flawless round from NRG. And
You're
yeah,
reaching.
4.5k. I'm not gonna lie, Toronto's gonna be really good. I think.
When the Angels are not going your way, Doug, you need something else. Otherwise, you just
But I
will not
low-key
be able to
think
compete at the
that
caliber of
France
BCT.
Sure.
could be as good as Toronto if it's as good as I think it will be. That's a lot right there, but
After the timeout, NRG wisely just hold. I mean, they're not trying to let Furia win a single round.
I think Paris could cook. The European fans, they love doing that shit where like
Russian
they do the
towards
dance,
they
like they
break
have
the
each other's
canvas,
arms
give
around
some
each other.
good info
They don't even watch the game, bro.
NRG.
They just shake their ass to the
Also
screen.
proactivity of Furia
That's
has
why,
some map
like,
control.
It's like a hype ass crowd. They don't even care about the game. They're just trying to bring
NRG need to take
energy.
some of that back.
You guys know what I'm talking about? They're shaking their ass at the
Trip
screen.
here and a cam.
The KC crowd, yeah.
Receive heat.
I mean, the thing is Finesse is going to be the first one to show he's going to be breaking the cam.
The Poznan
And now Fury
dance,
might
that
think
one.
It's a
Right.
4-1.
Yeah, it's just
maybe
alert.
leaning towards Dish. I mean, look at the breach on the minimap right now. Even the Rays, they're going back to A.
Oh,
They
my
think
goodness.
that it's a 4-1 the opposite way, but it's actually
Look at this,
a B hit.
Reed!
Took the bait.
Oh my goodness, that one little micro play from Finesse gives you a free B site, and he Just wait, bro. Just wait, please.
This is where the ults should come.
Oh my god, they have 5
into the
ults on
conversation
Furia.
You would expect on the side of Furia.
They have so many ults.
You have so much delay on the spike.
You can choose to delay or you can choose to
30
invest them
seconds
on the retake. It seems like you're going to try to flood out.
Khalil?
Khalil, 2 massive kills, make that 3.
Player standing.
Okay.
Damn, those ults are pretty helpful, huh?
Surely
Wait,
they
he's 6 and
don't
0.
lose this round. Okay, good. Furia have done it. They're on the board.
So you're telling me
No, I'm not.
that you can play retake and win a round, Doug?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me? Listen, it's never too late to learn.
Ooh.
Some nice flicks. And you know what?
Ooh, that was
Energy
nice.
we're aware though that Energy we're aware though that Furia were playing.
Wait,
for those
any
ultimates,
DLV Furia
that's why you
fans?
see this peak into spawn. Yeah.
That was when he
He
transferred
those were nice
down.
shots. But Energy were reading into that though. They tried. And honestly, Furia winning that round with only 1 Teo ultimate allows them to do that again.
That was
I
hilarious.
feel bad for Mixwell having to delete the tweet. You know it was at the right. Rolling Thunder through.
Wait, look at Mata. Look at Mata.
Fury having to take a step back. Remember,
No,
they
don't
have
go through.
I have a lot more ultimates in their arsenal.
Ooh.
But Finesse is dipping havoc.
Ooh.
Crazy work.
Ooh.
Drop.
Oh, wait a minute. He was cooking for a
Flash
second,
getting the kill
though.
on Finesse. Mata now joining the conversation.
What the fuck is happening over here?
No ults were used from the side of Furia.
There's still a chance.
Oh, it's breaking ankles.
There's no way we invest the ults now. It's just too hard.
Yeah, you're
The
right.
breach sees is
Looking
still
like
up.
Shay out
Fatal
there.
Missiles are probably coming back online.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
the
he's
head
gonna
scratch.
die.
The head scratch. You know it's bad when he's scratching his head like that.
Right now, here, and it's gonna rain in the next couple of days, and we're gonna tell you a few of the additional rules along the way. But before we do any of that, take a look at our motorcycles. These bad boys are gonna take us all the way around. But first, we have to get out of Kyushu, and it's at this point I should tell you we have 3 rules we're following. The first rule is no maps, which is kind of tough because there's 2,000 miles of ground that we have to cover, and if we do it wrong, it might be closer to 3,000. Rule number 2 is no smartphones. I realize I'm addicted to this thing, but now I can't use it to go on Yelp to find the best place to eat, Google Maps to figure out how to get there, Google Translate to figure out what to order when I get there, and finally YouTube Shorts to fall asleep to. We are still currently on this trip, and I still have no idea where I am, but to get these videos out for you daily, we have a team who's following us, so you might occasionally hear us reference the RV or editor Cam, but to be clear, the only time they get to intervene is if we go on a road we're not supposed to, like an expressway, or if I fucking crash my fucking bike into the fucking wall and splatter my blood everywhere, and nobody ever remembers me. Okay, back to it. Rule number 3 is no toll roads. There's a few roads in Japan that are just cheat codes. They can literally bring you from the south of Japan to the north of Japan without so much as changing lanes. And at the end of the day, the goal of this trip is to experience Japan by forcing us to do it kind of how people used to travel in the 1960s. I know you probably think this sounds easy, and I did too. Until this happened. No! But that's for later in the video. So back to the present. Our first major decision is from Cape Sata.
This is so well
you can either
edited.
go left, which I think is back where we came from, or right, which we have no idea where it is or where it goes. In the movie Yojimbo, the guy throws a stick to figure out what town he's gonna go to, and it was kind of badass. So anyway, all right, whatever the pointy side goes closer to. That's right. All right, brother.
What?
Off to new territory.
What?
It smells like cow poopy. Oh, Kagoshima is one of the prefectures that they're known for their beef.
Oh wait, yeah, where the fuck is like Kobe?
I want to say it's like between Fukushima and Osaka, no?
If I had to guess, I think it's south of Osaka. Can't tell who's right.
Hey, okay, so I'm gonna stop here.
We do have a decision. Decision number 2 is go straight, and it says it's a campground.
Right is a campground. Left is
Wait, right is.
How are you supposed to do
yeah, right?
this?
Like that. Oh,
I'm
Cape
hopping
Sata,
on.
we should check that out.
All right, this is a map. We're the red dot. You go straight, and then left, and then there's the highway.
Oh, and then the highway.
Well, let's just fucking run it, dude.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking rip it, me and you. What are we scared of, bro?
What are you scared of?
I decided to be brave and just make a decision. And anyway, this is the road.
Hey man, I respect
Oh my
it, to be
God.
honest.
Go through.
Oh, you want me to hit this?
Yeah, hit that shit.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Don't fall.
I'm good, I'm good.
Wait, hold up. Wait, yeah, this is fine. We're not even a little bit lost. It was just a scary road.
So,
There's no way. How is that
Is that
even
Michael Reeves?
possible?
Yeah.
We're driving the direction we just were going.
How do you know?
My 3D spatial awareness is really good because I play Minecraft a lot. And I go in the caves and I remember where I go. That's no lie.
So you just feel yourself returning back to Cape Sata.
Maybe Cam can fucking pull it up with a graphic and I'm smoking crack, but I think we're
Oh,
going
he's
back
right.
in that direction.
He's right.
I think. I'm pretty sure we just did a big loop back to the road that we were
Oh
once on.
my
I think if we
God.
turn left, we get back to that sign.
Left, so we should go right.
No. I think we go left and then we go right. Because right would be going back to Cape Sata, right?
I don't know where the fuck we are.
Hey, check it out. Check this out. Check this out.
I'm relying on your Minecraft ability.
Check this out. Check this out.
Alright,
I'm about to
check it
show you
out.
some crazy shit.
Did we just go in a fucking circle?
Yeah, I do believe we just went in one large circle. I feel as though upcoming the sign.
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, he's so right.
Like this shit?
What the fuck?
I think it's actually from Minecraft. Because I never put down torches. I always just remember where I am in the cave and then get back.
We are back here. And I think it's straight, bro.
Okay, yeah, fuck it. Dude, your gut the first time, it's right.
But there's a lot of cars coming from this area to the right.
That's a good point. I'm down to go right.
Okay, we'll get back to this.
Through today,
Let's
I
watch
gotta
the
ask
stream
you
for now.
about Vice.
We're getting
you
into
look
it.
so comfortable on this agent.
This
What is
looks
it about it
insanely
that's
hard
allowing
what
you to
they're
just
doing.
unlock all of this skill we're seeing?
I don't know.
I think I thrive in chaos on the map, and I think Vice is an agent where you don't really rotate around the map. You're kind of just on a site, and the way Valorant is you kind of just, you're throwing a bunch of abilities on a
Jacket
site,
looks
and
fire.
Vice is just kind of there.
That's the
like,
owner's
"Help
jacket,
me!"
right?
And I
Yeah.
think that's where I thrive. So I think I think today against Crew, it's going to be kind of chaos versus chaos, and
Is that the owner's
I'm just very
jacket?
comfortable with Vice.
Awesome. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Well, that might not be the owner's jacket. That might be a different jacket.
Chaos versus chaos.
Oh.
Is that a promise or a
Thank you.
threat? I'm not sure.
I think he gives off a silly vibe all the time, but man, this guy's util is just, it's worth its weight in gold for this team. He is always going to deliver and always set his teammates up. And he's actually been putting up some serious frags throughout the entire year so far.
Yeah, his Vice
If
on
Tarek did
Pearl,
this, we
they
would
were
have seen it
talking
on the
about that a bit
news. 30-year-old Turkish gamer found dead in a ditch.
Side anchoring has been really
Nah.
impressed, but I think also when you fast forward
I-
into his Viper performance on that final map of Split, like
Nah, I
his
would not
sights,
survive.
You,
I would
you
not
couldn't
survive.
come near if you're 100.
Guys, if you can bring one person to an island, are you considering me?
One of the best mid
Like, you're trapped on an
Vipers
island,
we
are you
have,
considering me?
Mid on Split, of
I have good listening
Not like
skills.
the zoomy mid.
And like,
the best Viper at defending mid
I have other skills,
right now in the scene. Like
but
he
like,
is so good
I
at just
probably can't make a fire,
understanding the
or
scenario,
like,
all of the things that
I might
could
be able
come
to
his
catch a
way.
fish with my bare
And
hands.
It's very difficult. Like you're going against double duelists a lot of time on Split, and he does a really good job of holding on to that Viper molly and using it at the right time.
Not
I
putting
think it's
out.
gotten even harder
if I
to
have
play
to.
mid of Split, whether you're working
I'm a
against
team
like
player,
the
bro.
duelists that are trying to like pinch you and just like burst past your orb before you even get it up, or the Teho comps as well, where there's like double missiles being dropped in vents a lot too.
He had a tail ult with a Sage slow trying to trap him in vents last week. He popped the orb and just like hid.
He ran forward. Yeah, that was the crazy thing. I mean, it was like
crazy.
so cool because so often you'll see players like back away from situations like that, but he knows those windows where he can get in front of the play. And
Would you guys
punish
say
teams
Lost is
big
one of the
time.
best shows to
I think
exist?
what was on display last week so much in those kind of moments was that they adapted to the situations, which was exactly what Second talked about in that real talk afterwards. That like, hey, just because we haven't seen it before, like we can't just like drop the spaghetti and everything. So like, it was great to see.
I was
them
thinking about
adapting
starting
that
it over,
way.
but
on the
there's
other
no
side,
way.
we had individuals which were popping off as well. Kesnin played that Yoru apparently for the first time, which is actually bonkers to me because he threw out some numbers there.
Yeah.
How does he stack up against the opposition, though? Let's take
I mean,
a look,
look,
at
him versus Zekin, this is a matchup as old as time now. I feel like it's always
I don't know if
good
watch party
when
would
these
be a
two
good skill
players,
to bring to the
face off against
island.
each other.
Yeah, Zekin is like an easy Yoru, right? Like,
True.
this guy is just locking Yoru across the board. Kesnit's been flexing all over the
Lincoln
place. Right? We
Lawyer?
haven't seen him play
I think I
Jet
watched a
on
little bit of that.
Split, so he's doing all kind of crazy stuff this year, and he's having a lot of success as per usual. I think Crew is shockingly good right now. I love what they're doing, bringing Adverso into the team. The dual IGL system again with Melser right behind him. But
Think of the video?
can he defeat
No.
this guy on the screen right here? This is Zekin's
Let's keep going for now.
Crew highlight festival.
Let's keep going.
すみません、私たちは lost.
What?
ここを右なりに行ったら T の字があるから
はい。
それを
左。はい。青左。
左
はい。
左、二人。
左。右。
右なり
左、左、もう左。 わかります。本当にありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
あなたの助けに恩に着る。
We look so fucked up.
Dude!
We look so fucked that that motherfucker got out of the car.
Just to recap, he was saying left, left, more left, then you go right. They said people in Japan wouldn't be nice and helpful. They fucking lied. We are gonna
That's
For their map
hilarious.
versus Sentinels today. Talk to me about the mentality, that fracture map. What was the goal to coming back after that game?
Yo creo que lo que hablamos fue sacar la cantidad de rondas posibles para hacerle daño en el siguiente mapa y nada, creo que algo que salió bastante bien.
It's Post Malone.
I think what we talked about was to get the most amount of rounds that we could in the map 1 to start strong on the second map, and I think it went well.
All right, and hopefully we get to see more today. Tell me about Yoru. How much fun are you having on Yoru?
Es un personaje que me gusta mucho, obviamente lo he venido practicando mucho en Ranked y hoy día
Post
también lo verán,
vamos.
así que son sorpresitas.
Obviously, it's an agent that I like a lot, and an agent that I've been playing in ranked a lot, so you're gonna see it today, and there's little surprises coming.
All right, sounds good. I can't wait to see that. Good luck.
Ooh, surprises.
Please, Waylay.
Surprises.
Please,
Waylay?
You wouldn't.
We'll see.
Is that what you wanna see?
Waylay would go crazy.
That's crazy because like
I'm down for
follow
Waylay.
this guy's directions and hopefully see you on the other side. Is it cool in there? Oh, now I want to go in. It's like a perfectly carved tunnel out of this giant mountain.
Nah, I think dude's just drinking here.
It's just for like teenagers
A little
to come
drinking
from.
cave?
That's where the
Drink.
you know, like if you were a teen in this area, you'd go, you want to go up to the hole?
Yeah, it is kind of a cool hole.
Okay, that's dope. That's pretty sweet.
That's number 7 on best places to get head in Kagoshima.
Barely edging out Cape Sato.
Only 7 steps from a beautiful view of Cape Sata is the hole.
Come to drink or get sloppy. The choice is yours.
All right, okay, we're gonna go on a road. We'll see you when we're closer to a city because I'm running out of battery. It is dusk now, and we have a big decision, which is straight on the 68 to Tashiro or right on the 74 to Hetsuko.
You say that shit like you know where they go. Like you know what the cities are.
I did say them like with some swagger.
Taishiro. You know what?
Tashiro?
I'm gonna look at those. There's like blue up there, no?
You want to go up? Let's walk up to it. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's see.
What are we doing walking up to a fucking sign like we could read it even if... What are we doing, bro?
Oh, look at that. Look at the picture of the park. Look at the picture of the park. There's water in that picture.
If there's water, the water's flowing from somewhere. We're going towards water.
That's
is
what people have done
crazy.
for thousands of years, right?
I won't lie to you, chat. I don't know if we're gonna make it to Hokkaido. This is...
Yeah, it's looking a little more dire every minute.
Can you show how far we are from Cape Sata in kilometers and
It's
how
gonna
much
be so
time it took
sad.
to get there?
It's gonna be depressing as fuck.
All right. Anyway,
It took him
I
2
gotta
hours to go 30
I'll
minutes.
see you hopefully in a city.
I mean,
Okay,
Still
quick
doing
update.
good.
We have a new sign that we ran into. I think we eventually made it to Tashiro. Let me get off and get closer. Oh. No!
what happened here?
Oh, Michael, no. I had the kickstand down. Oh, what's the damage? Our
Oh, his
first
spike just
fucking
fell?
tumble.
It had to happen.
I was literally saying, I don't know if I was recording, I was saying earlier, I hope Michael's the first one to have his shit collapse so I don't feel embarrassed when it happens to me.
There is some like liquid spilling out of it.
No, you're lying.
We gotta lift this bad boy. Let's go.
There's no way it's actually busted, right?
I'll grab this guy. 3. It smells like gas, no?
Oh no.
Is that gas?
Nah, that's. I wish it was gas. I think that's radiator fluid.
What?
Which is worse.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to stabilize it.
Huh?
I was
Oh.
There's no fucking way.
I should have fucking let it happen.
Sure. There's no reason.
no way.
It's actually broken, dude. They found the mechanic or what?
So what we got. Okay.
Oh, it
Got
works.
it? That liquid is like concerning. I almost wish it was gas.
Can I ask a dumb question? Why can't we just fucking ride it till the wheels fall off?
No, we totally could. We totally fucking can. If it's coolant and then you run out and you just keep running it, it'll just kill itself. Like the whole engine will die.
So we should just try to get to a convenience store and then just eat and then monitor it.
Yeah, we also should run it like while it's dying.
Yeah.
こんにちは。その町は大きいですか？
What?
さっきだから
Tashiro? Okay. 私たちはホテルが欲しいです。
ホテルだったらこっちかな。
こっちかな。
こっち行くとカノヤ。
名前は
カノヤ。
に行くならこっち。カノヤはホテルありますか？
あります。
あ、OK。本当にありがとうございます。
Wait, why is he actually communicating in Japanese properly? What the fuck is that?
この町はカノヤ。その町はカノヤ。この町はタシロ。Homie helped us figure out where we have to go. 35 minutes. Let's go back and grab our
He learned with ChatGPT?
I don't know if you can see behind me. A sweet older woman just gave us both apple pie from the convenience store, and then she tried to strike up a conversation, and she used words we've never heard before. And so I went into my spiel, which was not at all what she was asking about.
Good. It's all we have, you know.
It's all I have.
What do you say, Nihon no Zenkoku?
Yeah, language teacher.
Still just trying to go for these solo hero plays. Losing the 1v1
Ooh,
against.
still blind.
Still have 4 ults.
He's on the way back to Brazil? Okay, that's not funny, bro.
Said that a lot.
They have families.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, he losing the 1v1
Ooh,
against.
he's still blind.
Yeah, full blinded on that one. Just full intuition spamming, but still just trying to go for these solo hero plays when the success of the last round was really just holding, using your ults to deny the plant. A main denial.
No, it's okay. Actually, it's okay. I don't want to.
Game right now.
I'm gonna eat right now.
Are they gonna get too antsy? Are they gonna get too eager?
I'm gonna eat right now. I'll show the cat later.
Give the trades. Looks like that's not the case here this time
I
around.
got
But they will be
birria
running into this
tacos.
double
I
trip
hope they're good.
Yeah. And that could be trouble.
We'll have soup first.
See.
Because Khalil is here as well with his ult.
It's scary. Yeah, it's like a horror game, honestly. That thing.
Timing. Easy.
One of the trips were broken, and Havoc, he gets caught.
Something now. I'll do it myself.
It's kind of been a bloodbath across the map right now. A lot of chaos ensuing.
30
Reach
seconds.
Ultimate was used. This should go the way of Furia, Doug.
30 seconds left.
2v4. Heat is on the prowl as well. Both kills found.
Thanks.
Fury gets it to last round of the half. Still, the 3 ults for Furia. Mata taking a little bit of that aggressive space.
Yeah, and on the other end as well. Look at Havoc. He's taken all that space. He's sitting right behind this trip. He has the showstopper online. If Furia can stuff this, if Furia can stuff this.
Mata?
If Furia can stuff this.
Yeah. I was going to say that they could run into the showstopper, but.
I mean, he's still going to. Oh, never mind. He's saving it for the next half.
I know exactly.
We might need to get a head-to-head stat of
Finesse and Havoc.
Finesse and Havoc, yeah.
Yeah, Prize is left in 1v4. NRG pushing the pace towards a 10.
Bro, these guys are getting bullied like my ranked teammates because our Jet won entry. Again, guys.
You know I got.
On the Prize. Havoc satcheling out.
Oh man.
Yeah, we can use it.
Okay, so let's review. What do we think we know?
We think we go. I'm pretty sure we just go into Lawson's, hit a left, hit a right.
Then go straight for 20 minutes. Take a right at the baseball.
Wait, no. At the Lawson's,
Left
go
at the
20
Lawson's,
minutes.
Straight 20 minutes after.
Yes,
the
yeah.
Minutes
We'll
driving.
see the Grande Stamo.
Gurando.
Fucking Otani will be there
Otani
hitting.
will be there practicing.
That's what they said.
And then after Gurando, we go right until you see the drugstore.
Yeah. And then there's.
It's the next section on the right.
Yeah, I think we got it.
I think we got it. Hopefully we get to a hotel tonight because it's getting cold.
Dude, at the Lawson's, we gotta get some food.
Okay, stop at Lawson's, get food, then go.
I think so. I think because I think just.
All right, we're going to Lawson's. We'll see you there. Devastating news. They don't have Michael's favorite rice ball, which is just Lawson's.
Holy shit.
He's saying I'm gonna kill myself in Japanese, I think. Dude, look what happens to my head when I use the helmet.
Oh my god.
Welcome to meal review. I got fried chicken, rice ball, and then the lady from earlier gave me this apple pie. Michael got omelet, rice, ketchup flavored spaghetti, nuggies, spicy nuggies, and a lemon Lipton tea to wash it down.
It's so nice to be inside. We've been to so many goddamn stores.
We've been to a lot.
Asking so many questions and understanding so little.
So little. All right, meal review. Popcorn, spicy chicken.
It's not as good as like family chicken, but That's an 8-4.
I think I'm hungry and sad, but this is an 8. Yours, I made an ick face too.
Holy
so I'm
fuck, what is that? The spaghetti and egg? What is that?
This is actually not good.
Looks rancid, actually.
The rice is actually really good because it's just soy sauce rice.
This omelet.
The tuna rice, 7 out of 10. It grew on me. The bottom.
Spaghetti and omelet with ketchup?
Omelet. That was the best part, clearly.
Oh, it's like a very delicious ketchup rice and ketchup omelet.
Hold on, what the fuck is this?
Thieves. And Rob Moore came for us on Twitter. Like he popped off. He had the receipts. He was like, "What are you guys doing?" So I think everyone's just scared to vote against Sentinels. I'm gonna.
I've done nothing last week.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He literally made code Nade Shot a discount on it. I'm not saying anything bad about Sentinels.
Let's finish this after.
That's
Buy the
fair.
We're about to start. We're about to start.
By the bundle, they're winning
You're
Toronto.
looking really good though. That's good, Rob, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but like those predictions are not indicative for how close this game could be.
No, it's actually super close. All trolls aside, I think
I'll be
Crew's
back
a very
1 sec.
punchy team
1 sec.
that's super aggressive and willing to fight with Sentinels and brawl. And that's honestly Sentinels' domain. This is going to be a banger.
Yeah, proof is in the pudding. Let's get our teams onto the stage for the last match of the day. It's Sentinels and Crew Visa. Here they come, Sentinels forever a fan favorite, and for good reason. They bring the personality, the clutch factor, the firepower,
And Hubert.
and that too. Sure, they have it all. Now on the other side, Crew Visa, of course, that's the team that is eyeing their first Masters appearance in 3 years. But do they have what it takes to take down Sentinels? We're coming into this hungry after their Masters Bangkok performance. I'm sure they want to run it back.
Yeah, I mean, especially after, taking that win down against 100 Thieves, crushing in map number 3. This team definitely needs a strong bounce back and to keep it
How we
running. 'Cause
looking?
I feel like Crew is going to be some of their strongest competition, right? You win
How
here
we
today,
looking?
you're setting yourself up beautifully for making it deep into the postseason.
I couldn't agree more. And the key question here is where are we ending up map-wise? I think the reason why I stuck to split there is both these teams historically love this map.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's a high likelihood this map will be in the series at some point. I don't know if either team is willing to
John
pick
said he's
it
tired
against the
today?
other one,
Bullshit.
given the successes of their opponent.
Is there a map do you feel
Did he
either
actually?
team should avoid at all costs?
Ooh, I don't think Sentinel should play Icebox.
Yeah, that's fair.
Historically, I haven't really liked them there that much.
I think Adam as well in an interview was saying that they don't really feel like they have a permaban necessarily, so it's a little bit more targeted to the opponent they're playing. That's obviously a little bit difficult too when you haven't seen a team play a whole lot in the last
Let's
few
go.
months to know what their tendencies are going to be, but
Let's
surprise,
fucking go.
surprise, we're starting on Lotus, folks.
The NA teams do love picking Lotus to kick off these series.
I mean, that's the map they
Oh, we
want.
need this shit. We actually need this shit. This Crew's a good
Very
team.
confident getting into Lotus.
I alluded to it before the
We need this
last
shit.
series. These NA teams pick this map a lot in Americas. And
Lotus
ultimately,
again.
It forces you to start on defense. No one's going to want to start on defense on your map choice of Lotus. Besides, they're going to start attack. So you are up against it right now. As
Yeah.
Chill,
and if
chill.
you
Predictions
start
are coming.
cold, you're in these 3-on-1s as Crew is entering side.
Everyone calm.
Here's the icebox you want to
Icebox!
Is Sen going to Icebox though? Oh,
Wait,
no, I'm
that's
trolling,
spicy.
trolling. I was looking at his underneath part.
That's spicy.
Fake
And
news.
man,
Okay.
I've seen Kesnet do some filthy stuff on Icebox.
Yes. Yo, the classic, like, oh, insert him over on yellow on attack on the jet and let him lurk into the B site while the team is like faking execs towards the A site. They've got plenty of strats from way back in the day.
And of course, we do have Split as our decider, so both teams will be happy to go all the way.
Holy, I think we might get 3 maps right here, guys. This is going to be amazing. And do we see Zekin branch off out of Yoru here on Icebox, or do they stick to it?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, right? Because we've seen a little bit of the Euro Icebox, but we're expecting to see a lot more of like the jet, even
Yeah,
Wing
but
Link
go all in or
potentially
you're a
on
pussy.
that map as being very powerful picks.
Okay, nothing crazy here, right?
Nothing new there.
Zelsis Vibes,
Yes.
trust me, it's good.
Nothing crazy here.
Zelsis locking
Let's
down
see what
Mike
Crew
DC
got.
site quite a bit with John on that Viper. Such a brutal combo to go up against.
Not too crazy. They got buys with the Yoru.
again. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. The ability to flex between different sides. Yeah, you'll just fight
Sentinels
and shoot
map
second.
pick?
It's a good matchup.
It is a good matchup indeed. We're all set for the first round of this series, which we hope to
We are Zelsis. Damn, holy, look at this.
in business on the mic. It's Inver and
Look at this. Wait, the crowd is booming.
Thank you very much.
Let's
So
fucking
yes,
go.
Crew Visa taking to the stage. Generally a competitive team in kickoff, but the last time they won against Sentinels, it was Champs 2021. Since then, they have not won a singular map against Sen City.
Which is wild to think about. Even the other day, their coach
All
Adam
the
on
best
the
for the
Latam
Sentinels.
broadcast saying
That's
that
scary.
the only two teams he's never beat in America is G2 and Sen, and he wants to win
All right, here
this
we go, chat.
badly. We're kicking things off
Ten
on
versus Crew, map
Lotus,
one.
which Crew didn't even play in kickoff at all. Matter of fact,
Rage.
5 of the 7
Rage.
wins on maps the Crew had in kickoff came on Bind and Abyss, 2 maps that are out of the pool. So they're really going to have to invent themselves on some of these other maps in order to beat a team as quality as Sen.
Here we go, folks. Lotus kicks off for Sen, starting on this defense side. We'll get you a view of the situation momentarily. Crew, importantly, have emerged out towards the rubble side here, inching their way towards A.
All right, here we go.
Slowly able to cross as it's relatively passive from Sen. They have that vice over towards C.
Solo on
a lot of
A
fight going
is
Zelsis
bang.
away from the desk, and definitely justifiably so. He has been fantastic on that agent.
5-man towards A.
All right, door looking a little bit like the entrance to the Ritz-Carlton at the moment, constantly being toggled. And in we go. Crew looking to set up on tree, and it's a really light hold on this side of the map for Sentinels.
Let's see that
That
execute.
advice you till over towards C
Smoke,
here. It's going to be
rocket,
bang.
stun,
And the Ray could get
paranoia.
busy.
5v5 retake. Here we go.
Execute comes in. That utility from the breach and Tejo that can be recycled later on for when the retake comes in. Already in drop 1.
Kisner has to make the adjustments.
I wish he
Zero
stayed
in
up.
Bang falls pretty darn quickly, and Array doesn't have much to do until those reinforcements get there. Mizzino takes a glancing blow, and Kesnick is a little bit low.
That nade is nice,
Valley
bro.
goes over the top there, and
Nice.
Nice. already ascended. John and Zek can get involved.
Let's go,
Shy
Shag.
with a respectful distance there, and Kesnick
Traded.
now reveals himself. Surely traded. John's finding
Yeah,
himself
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Send allow Crew to come
Nice.
into that A side and have the retake.
What a retake,
util
good job.
With the fade when needed.
Crew really tried to take the fight to them there in heaven. And Sen were all grouped up for pushing
Good
through
retake
there.
together,
Easy for
right?
them to find those kills as a
Almost
unit
that John was
swinging for
tired.
each other.
Keep him tired, yeah.
Regretting now. Oh my god, what a shot
One
was
enemy remaining.
that one though. John Cutie connecting multiple kills early into this game.
This is probably going to
That's
be a trend that we
easy.
see exhibited by Crew over this season.
Nice
They
job.
really want to fight.
That
They
was the
really
hard
want to force
rounds.
the issue and take contact when they can.
Eco.
Sen, if they're aware
One
of this, they're going
sheriff.
to try and exploit that.
Retrieving thorns.
Again, Zelsis over on this C site. He has been a brick wall over here, just jiggling for that early info. Kesnet, the one player over on Crew that has any semblance of an upgrade with the Sheriff in his hands.
No.
Okay, crash noted. Crossing by as Kesnet will
Yeah,
take
sure.
that orb. Looks like priority towards a dimensional drift here for Crew.
Try to
early
resist
orb-wise.
eating chocolate and cookies.
That C push is going to be smoked out.
And this is a very good setup for Sen if the C hit does come in. You just have Zelsis baiting for John Cutie in the corner with the Judge, who'd be able to clean up all of those attacking Crew players with ease as they opt to slow things down and
When
then
the turret play on
explore
stage?
elsewhere.
Bang
Nah,
has
you
not
don't
pushed
wanna
up
see
on that
that,
A
bro.
side here. It's
I don't
actually a pretty
wanna-
passive
I don't
line he's
wanna
holding
embarrass
towards
nobody,
Rubble.
you know
It's
what
still
I'm saying?
serve him well here because he should get early warning of this switch back. Yep, he hears it, flashed out briefly. In comes the guided salvo, and Bang can obviously just TP across into the smoke.
And this is all just a re-clear from Crew over towards A to try and feign that presence to go back elsewhere. It looked like they wanted to get in towards C, but again, they can't. Now running back towards A, where Verso's been relatively uncontested after getting his way into Rubble. So a mid-round pivot
30
from the Crew
seconds.
side.
Zekin's definitely been tipped
30
off that
seconds
something could be afoot on this side of the map.
Nice
There it
shot.
is. Shy walks out of the open. Zekin deals with him pretty comfortably.
Like
However,
retake. I like this
Crew
one
get
here.
in onto this A site once more. Bang was in a similar position in the pistol. Dropped down, got taken down by Kesnet, but Sen were able to win it out.
Nice.
See how this rolls through. The Bulldog barks.
Nice.
And bites, apparently. Adverso
Wait.
screaming heap, and it's up to
We're
Melson
looking
with
disciplined.
the classic
And
to
on
work with.
point. A little bit.
It
Not
is a
that much.
fully
Not that much.
fledged
We're looking
full
okay.
Sen team
We're looking
to end the
okay.
round.
They'll be more than happy to get
Eco,
that
chill.
very clean anti-eco. It required them to offer up the site, a little bit of an economic benefit to Crew getting that spike down for a second round in a row, but ultimately, who's the real beneficiary of the situation? It's Sen retaining all 5 of their weapons into the next. I wonder even if they're going to opt to play that similar setup towards C, where John was tucked in the corner with his shotgun and gets sniffed
We're looking
out.
okay. At best.
They'll try to set it up, or and a round where they could opt to go for more of an aggro play, set something up with Zekin, getting it deep on the raise with your breach.
All right, bonus round here.
It was anti-eco protocols last round, but Senna not pushing up out of B main. They're not pushing up over towards A either. They're sitting back and holding pretty passive positions. So he's going to get messy now. The fault line comes in. The cross is there for Melson, but the C's nade combination does chunk him down. Zekin gets off the line.
Oh my god, I'm alone!
He's going to be inside this smoke and thinks twice about it. TP away behind the screen of that Viper. Wilson can set up behind this now.
I thought we were fighting, guys!
To retreat out of there as Crew gain the space after a big exchange of utility. You had John over towards C. He's rotating into spawn, and Shy
took 0 damage that day, that's true.
About potential flanks at this point. You know, and indeed, Sen, they are trying to prod on defense. They're trying to throw something unorthodox at Crew to win this bonus round.
Into tree they go.
This feels like a carbon copy of a previous round.
Just funneled into A. Bang is in heaven, and time to play for retake yet again.
The difference is, though, Zekin hasn't caught anybody on the cross, so no free kills early in this round here for Sentinels, and nobody's in drop yet. That's now been confirmed. Sen really holding back off the A site for now.
And there's definitely some danger from Crew on account of the fact that a couple of their players are on wicked low HP. You know, these SMGs can get easy kills here, and Mazzino there, he goes down.
Nice shot, Bang.
And that's just across the side there. Bang finds a tight angle, but the Razorvine is going to slow this up a little bit for Sentinels. Meanwhile, Zelsys is on the rack here.
The SWAT team.
Top of the trade. I think Senna going to be happy with that, but Shy's going to be a problem there. In drop, he's found his second. Zelsys going to be there, but he's got nothing but a stinger to work with.
Even contains. Play for money.
There's no business doing much more in this round.
They're going
Play
CT.
for exits perhaps, but Crew.
Actually a good rotate by Crew.
3 guns coming out of this
Actually
round.
a good rotate.
Certainly getting what they came for.
Oh, it's hard to get a kill.
Will have an opportunity at a fight, but not at the range. He's desiring.
Damn, nice try. I like how we're looking though.
Down the final player after converting multiple. When Sen were trying to swing through heaven together as a unit. I like that first opening where you had one player jump around the corner, obscure that crosshair.
Shy got 2 big kills here.
But jumping that far forward, you are in the waiting arms of Shy, who is playing down low. So well done from Crew, finally able to convert on one of these A post plants, but you have to wonder how much of that just comes down to the fact that they have a significantly better buy this time.
Exactly. I mean, and the fact that Shy can also put a Razorvine so far forward and upper and play off that to bleed the clock.
Again, we're heading into this fast A brawl exchange.
Oh, that nade!
Again!
The nade fucking owns him this time.
This time, he's even further forward. He might have a timing here, and yes, Kesnet goes down. Mizzino at least able to find that aftershock here, and the numbers are even after a frenetic opener. John doesn't bite off more than he can chew here. Mazzino is allowed to slip away.
And in the meantime, Shy was just playing in spawn, waiting out any potential flanking players that could come down from Sen. Certainly something you have to expect when you're on attack, and you're favoring one side of the map.
That was Mazzino's first kill too.
To try to exploit that by prodding one of the other areas. And now they can just take their time over towards Mound. They're going to have to eventually proc this wall from Zelsys. Give away their location.
And a decent hedge from young Jordan.
They both hit each other's walls.
He'll now be aware, of course, that Crew have walked in and they take some damage off that Razorvine. Nothing to write home about, but still could be crucial. And they're going to group up here. Yep, play from the Mound direction now. The door's going to go open.
Imagine the Vice Swap refreshed after like 20 seconds. No point though, right?
Stun from Zeno, cycled back up.
Shy's out of util essentially though.
This is a great position. I really like this from Crew. They even have the archers to play off of, and on a spike tap, and Mizzino can just send out this fall line. They can swing off it together. This is really good for them.
It's a big moment here now. Fault line comes through. Neither Sen player affected by this. John wants to push up past this now. There's the flash coming out. John needs to find 2, and it won't be enough. Crew back to back. Get themselves 2.
That is the exact situation that you want a player like Shy, and he is really fantastic in the late rounds, in those 2v2s post-plant, 3v3s post-plant, and when it comes down to the 1v1, he comes up the majority of the time. That is when he is a force.
How do we lose the fights here?
Milser, I think, recklessly ran out into the exact util combo he almost died to not 2 minutes ago. Just again.
He's TPing forward into that spot there. So
they're going crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, they're going crazy.
But again, both these teams happen to throw down early on in the round.
I think I'm talking about shit over there.
Is going to be an evolving tale.
Are they saying nice things?
That was a close one.
Early pause?
Already we're into this early timeout call from Sentinels. As they've won the pistol and now things have gotten out of hand. Crew's economy building, getting very close to having a full circuit of ultimates when we get back into this. Sen forced down onto the eco, so you have Coach Kaplan in the mix trying to get a little strat here, something to throw out, something cheeky while they've just got the sheriffs, whatever upgraded pistols they can get, but then focus on that next crucial buy round where they're going to have the economy on the line and their ultimates to play with. So that round 7, when we get to it, is going to be massively important, or 6 rather.
One of the biggest issues for Sentinels, they said, coming out of Bangkok was when they're confronted by something unexpected.
Bangkok mentioned?
They freeze up and don't have that adaptation. That's something that Zekken said in that moment after they were eliminated.
Yeah, that very
a team like Crew is going to test them.
Speech that Zekken had to his team.
I mean, I expect to see that in this game. Crew are going to throw you those curveballs repeatedly.
Eco round for Sen.
Especially considering they've never played Lotus in 2025. Sen don't know what to expect here. They don't know what comp they're going to run. And you've got Kesnit on Yoru.
And you've got Icebox next.
We got Raised Rocket.
It took 139
Bang's in the middle again.
Yeah,
Bang. They move into the middle, but he's not
He's
ideal.
doing it again this week too. He looked fantastic.
We stand a consistent king.
I'm excited to see more from him on
I'm not sure exactly what the move was for, but
in the meta.
Look, a big old round here for Crew. Dimensional Drift, Rolling Thunder at the ready now for Crew. Zekken does have that showstopper to work with here, but more
energy?
of a clear option.
They're shifting the energy, maybe?
A bit of a pistol round
Get him
here.
more involved, perhaps?
They're saying, I
they
think
can
these guys
feel
like
more
the A side.
involved.
What if we just play with 3 players in this side right now and try to stack this up a little bit? Dimensional Drift.
Big Brother's watching.
They are so fucked.
Valuable info.
Oh, wait a minute. Rolling Thunder comes out. Zekken actually pulls a showstopper here. And perhaps because of that, Kesnit opts not to commit to follow up on the breach stun. So Zekken now wants to clear a bit more space, and Innertree takes
Last
a trade.
second.
With the Sheriff,
And
he's got to be happy with the 1-for-1.
Yeah, I mean, Mazzino's going to be happy he even got that kill in the first place with Zekken just zooming around the corner. That had to be a fast reaction. Crew trying to force this into A still. There are 3 Sen players here and another on the way.
Playing close, they've still got a lot of this Fade util to play off of as
Go
well.
big.
Here's the swing, Flash comes in, Narrate falls, Bang's going to
Dawn
go
as
for
well.
This is dangerous, Crew. You do not want to test the Sen when they're embedded in a cycle like this. But there's no time to pull out. 20 seconds left in the round. Crew are fully committed. In for a penny, in for a pound. And Melton needs to make an opportunity happen here, but he's chunked to pieces by the Sheriffs, and Kesnit has to bail his team out of this unenviable situation. Healthy as he is, the smoke dissipates and Zelsis will fall. Bang and John
Nice! They actually got it!
It's a crucial misstep, and it's written all over Kesnit's face.
Sheriff shots connected from Sen backside off the gamble stack. It doesn't even feel like much of a risk if I'm being totally honest.
I can't believe it.
Kaplan just telling the team out of the timeout, go stack over towards that A side. Crew. They cannot resist the temptation to get the spike down there.
It's not just conditioning from Crew, it's just an obsession with that
and
A
then
side
2
apparently.
from Bang and John.
They commit the rolling thunder to it, but no one is even in position to scale into the site off the back of it. And then it's second showstopper that keeps them at bay, causes more time.
Oh my god, they played so well.
The rest of the team to rotate their
They played so well.
I mean, Crew just forcing that situation away.
That's so good.
Mistake exploited by Sen.
I mean, yeah, think about the value of that showstopper, really. Stops the push in after the Rolling Thunder, and you get a trade on a pistol round. It's pretty decent.
Second picks up the outlaw here on account of everybody on Crew being on those light
tough as well.
Oh, buddy.
Nice
Makes
job.
use of it quick.
3v5. It's equal or a half buy for Crew.
We have the Odin in the game. He's not going to get much action this round. That was finally Crew have extricated themselves from the clutches of this compulsion to go to the A side of the map. Not committed yet, with only 3 players to work with. Crew are trying to tease something out of this C side. We've seen Crew get a little
2-hour DM stream yesterday.
Of information.
DM for 2 hours straight.
They're just
Are you guys
not
DMing for that long?
to do so here.
I have to start DMing more. When I start playing again, I mean. Do I do aim labs or DM? What's better?
Mound, so,
I would say DM is better.
No matter what happens this round, he'll have the Armageddon in the future when they get to the next buy. Tiny consolation.
I feel like there is a benefit to aim labs, but I don't know. Aim labs is like satisfying.
They are stacked up. Paranoia ready to go off. Sound cues from Crew.
Yeah, we need movement.
An easy cleanup.
Yeah, Bang is virtually vibrating with anticipation here. They come here with the Paranoia. It's devastating. And Bang is ready for Melton to take that high ground.
Bang is farming. Holy fuck, the seat change was insane for us.
Swatted down by one of the most elite site anchors in the game. You can always trust Bang on
He wiped on his keyboard, his mouse, his hands.
He is always good for a couple.
The fuck?
When you hit his
just wiped down all of his equipment.
When you're trying to take apart the map where he is stood.
Again, he is not pressed whatsoever. The Paranoia is perfect.
Water, toss me on water, toss me on water.
Sen City, Sen
What the
City.
fuck? Sen City, Sen City.
All right.
Now, on the full buy, ultimates in hand.
So you guys think DM is better, huh?
See.
I mean, he's brimming with confidence. I
It
can't
just
blame
sucks
him.
because the 40 killed them.
Play
Like.
off the one way, but
I
has
wonder
the
if they'll
TP
ever
once
change
the
DMs.
Guided Salvo comes in. And 11 and 3. Proud as a peacock up on that
The
C
40
side,
killed
daring
them?
Crew to test him, and they will.
John has been
That's
over
been
towards
a
the
while for a
seaside all
while.
game, which has resulted in him not getting a whole lot of action. A little bit on the retakes, but obviously it's been Crew favoring over towards A. And I love this setup from Sen. They're just able to stack one side of the map. Oh, cool. You don't want to come into the stack? Enjoy going into the Vice elsewhere.
They don't know about the Odin.
We haven't really seen Zelsis tested too much. His site hasn't been getting hit. But when we've seen him on Lotus.
Derek, you been reading my chat lately? I fuck with you, little homie. You're calling me little homie? You're a little homie.
For Zelsis to play off, door going to open. Kesnet actually wants to challenge this, so Zelsis is going to be forced back here.
Gamali?
Cavalry's arrived though for Sen. John inserts
Bang.
into this A side.
Bang.
He's
Left.
really
Left.
feeling himself here.
And that is the
Fuck,
beauty
he's
of the
dead.
Vice. The delay you get from the Razor Vines allows
go
the
B
target
now.
to rotate, but bang. That flank exploited.
We're going to bounce to B here. Crew immediately change of tact here, and Sen realize it, but they're about half a second behind.
Yeah, that's an excellent mid-round call from Adverso, trying to get into the site. Aftershock to force Zekin back, not allow a flood.
Narrate needs to wait for this. The timing couldn't be
Oh!
good. Spacing going to be crucial here. Mazino's really
Override.
struggled with some of these.
All right,
raise
I'm gonna
nades coming
say
in.
the C
Mel's
circle
already
should be
couple in his first
smaller.
couple rounds too.
Fuck it. I want them caged like a dog
Okay,
in there,
here comes
dude.
an annihilation here. Well, Armageddon, excuse
Ooh,
me, but there's
almost.
Zekin from up on high. He's able to take the one at least. Kesnet wants to push up, and Array
3v3?
gets into the game now. 3 versus 3. How do you get value out of this Odin here for Zelsis?
Wall.
Hold him one for the boys, maybe. Steel Garden gonna be popped. That, of course, is from Shy. And there it is. Zelsis has found Adverso. Happy to hold that line. Narrate with a shorty as well.
No!
Hurts, it stings. Shy down to 52, but Zelsis has a lot of work to do now, and he will be surrounded. Tough pill to swallow for Sentinels. Crew get a crucial round back.
Painful for Narrate. Trying to take that fight with the short. He had the ideal weapon for when you're getting hit by the Steel Garden.
How's it not a kill?
That is tough, but that is also a Sen losing a round to Crew who throw everything they've got into this
We
win.
actually had the retake here, 4v5
Necessary
too.
that they do that. With the state of the economy. They needed that win desperately.
Oh, he said the
Sentinels already
word.
getting themselves those 4 defense-sided rounds. It's a pretty comfortable spot to be in. Sort of so early here on Lotus.
Oh yeah, you're always worried that the attack team can just snowball so hard on Lotus. They've been keeping a tight lid on Crew's economy, forcing them onto very awkward ecos, stopping any of that momentum to build. But
oh, help!
Good first blood from Kesnet.
Apparently through smoke entirely as Zekin was just perched in that corner on the orb. Okay, like a re-clear here of the A, but Crew playing pretty compact here. And now we have the Viper spit over towards the C side, maybe rendering that as a non-option.
Wow, they want to fight close with this paranoia. What is this from Bang?
Yeah, oh, it's madness. He's going for it. He's pushing this.
No,
Are you
it took too
kidding
long.
me? That's 2 consecutive rounds of Bang, maybe overheating just a bit after a great start
Nice
here.
ult.
Where's the recovery going to be for Sentinels? It might be too much to ask here as Narrate burns down to the aftershock, and Mazino's classic deals with Zelsis. It's up to John in a 1 versus, checks notes, 5.
It didn't even matter that Zelsis took the primary weapons out of Crew's hands. They were just up in the numbers. The utility from them was excellent.
Chill, everyone chill, everyone chill.
John gets 1, but ultimately should just be a consolation kill.
Everyone chill.
John trying to see what he can get here. This will be Crew looking to even up the game. Silver lining? Sen in a position, obviously, to still buy up in that next round, look competitive. John obviously hoping to do some economic damage because Crew's money is far from stable.
The breach stun was
here
fucked.
and there. Getting another gun in this round, I think, would serve John well. He himself is pretty flush.
Where did we go wrong there?
And I think, honestly, we're going to start looking a little bit closer at what Bang is doing. Is he pushing up on these lurks? He's looked incredible in these multi-kill scenarios, but he's maybe just overstepped in the last couple of rounds.
I liked the idea from Sen there after they initially lost Zekin. John pops that Viper's Pit over on C, essentially saying, it's going to be a challenge if you're hitting this side.
Kills Zekin through smoke? No, they killed him straight up.
Towards A here, but this, frankly, was just messy. Bang playing forward
Because they're moving so much, right? It's
taking
hard.
that fight alone while the rest of the team are being forced back by this util overwhelmed.
Mazino
You
with
had
a
the
second
dimensional
blast kill.
drift from Kesnet spotting everyone out. That was fantastic from Crew. And there were a couple mistakes there from Sen that they're going to wish they had played in a more clean fashion. as they had been exploited to the max.
Tied game now. Sentinel still able to buy it properly. Kesnir wants to push out. There's actually no smoke here towards Rubble this time. No attempt at tackling from Sentinels. They've gone back to this, well, a little more backseat approach to defense on Lotus this round.
Who are certainly making their presence known over towards A, to say the least.
Now, can they follow up on a Rolling Thunder if necessary? Because last time, there was a showstopper that made it very difficult for Crew to play off that.
Kesnir trades the clone for the wall activation to deny some passive info gain from Sentinels, who are just
what do we got for ults here?
One after another to get info. Rolling Thunder to get in, but no one from Crew can actually make that effort. They want to go into B anyhow, just a pivot to a site that they hope is free.
So it's part of the sale. Crew get themselves into this B side, make no mistake. Now, right pretty close here to a...
That's Venables?
Pretty scary.
Yeah.
What?
Is that a real thing?
No. No, he was pinged out, of course. All right, able to see him. Here comes Second. Has to go and take the fight, but where's the follow-up? Narrate is there for one. Bang caught inside the Razorvine, and that wall's going to come down sooner rather than later. He would be exposed in that case, and Mazzino was tucked in the perfect spot. Bang can't see the wood for the trees, is shy. We'll end the round.
I love these pivots from A to B in the middle portion of this half from Crew after, if we go back, starting the half just slamming their heads into the wall of
We're watching evolution in real time.
They really are.
They become upright, you know?
They've discovered that they can make Sentinels think that they'll be running into A again. But actually, we're just going to go through the baby door, go to B, and then have this fantastic post-plant setup. Mazzino on this late lurk. We have presence in main.
I mean, to commit a Rolling Thunder in order to sell that fake is pretty substantial investment. So I've got to feel good that they're able to have a really clean post-plant scenario.
Not really.
Another timeout.
Yep.
Second timeout already. Wow.
Coach Kaplan here. Needs to get in their ears once more. God, I feel for Cubit. Somebody help him.
He wants defense rounds, I guess, right? He's really prioritizing the defense rounds.
And again, this is acceptable, I feel like, for Sentinels. I mean, Kaplan's not going to be saying that, but a good start to this game off sort of winning the pistol, getting those 4 rounds.
He wants more rounds defense.
This next buy for them has to be big. They've got the Nightfall available now, of course, and Showstopper's not far away. I think it's 2 orbs off, so defensively, you can look to try and make a play with those, or even to shut down some of these fast hits with the dissuasion of having a Showstopper at all.
Last time Kaplan called a timeout,
attacks out of map,
immediately won the next round. It was an eco. It was a simple gamble stack that didn't feel like much of a gamble. They just all over on that A side.
Coach Ryota timeout, if you will.
It is a...
That's a game changer.
That is a... There's some small portion of the audience.
It's because of the way that Sentinels are losing the rounds. Maybe.
Some deep lore.
Maybe something's going wrong.
This time, though, Crew, who have been favoring opening towards that A side and finding success there, they're going to take things slow towards C.
Okay, so this time we actually have, Zelsa's over at that C side as opposed to being solo A. Again, looking at the weaponry, I think is probably why Zekin buys down, at least able to get a Vandal in hand. John also. Zelsa's playing forwards here. It's going to be a clone that crosses by him. He's fortunate not to take any sort of incidental spray damage there. Crew far from settled, and Bang again has not really moved past that rubble point.
Now, the only time a Sen player on defense really pushed to the point that they were in the attacker spawn, they immediately just got killed by shot.
It was Bang. it was Bang pushing off C.
They do not want to relive that miserable experience.
Zelsis, this is uncomfortable.
Wait, what?
Okay,
they're not looking. They're not looking. Wow.
There's a bit of dark cover in his way. Gets away from the Razorvine. Flash comes in. Zelsis hears this. Has the Stinger, pretty well suited for this kind of range as Paranoid comes in.
That was so good.
He knows approximately where Adverso is. Surely not another 50. Surely not another one here for Sentinels. Melsa guns down and try as he might.
Oh my god, that Paranoid was nice.
Another round here.
Bang with a good Paranoid. Zelsis good job too.
Tower and Sentinels get to 5.
The Viper Molly was good. Everything was good.
I need to see on the replay. What was that? Any eyeball havers who want to look in the direction of Zelsis?
Anybody with
no one was looking at Zelsis.
Perhaps.
What was happening in main? I would love to know.
Okay, so
he's fully paranoid. He pops the pot. He's just
he had to run into it. He had to.
These guys are not blind.
That's crazy.
They're blinded. They're just looking, man. I think I guess they just assume it's impossible for him to be over there. Like he wouldn't go into. Okay, that is bizarre.
Like who in their right mind will be standing inside the Razorvine?
2 Kaplan timeouts, both resulting in an immediate eco round win.
That's crazy.
Didn't even have to douse his players in Saratoga water, which is impressive.
Crew
They're
are
really hustling out there.
They're going back to the well. It's time to go towards A. They've had enough of the C site.
Okay, Zelsis here sits pretty shoulder peak.
All right, let's
yields a
get
pretty
this
decent
one.
amount of information.
Zelsis alone again.
Give some fair info to Crew as well, who know that if they hit this site, they're going to be running into the Vice setup. They know they're going to have this diagonal wall to contend with. Flash over entry, the standard Zelsis stuff over here.
Fake teleport.
Okay, Crew again.
They got for all his
Biding their
tails
time.
coming.
It's going to be Kesnet at the fore, unsurprisingly. Aftershock sort of confirms that no one is tucked in this corner, so Kesnet will continue to look to take liberties. There's a sheer wall ahead of him. This is all going to bleed clock. It's going to have to be a play through tree in second. He just found the timing. Finger on the pulse. Kesnet without one now.
Good fiddle.
And here comes that Nightfall. Information
Good
galore
fiddle.
now for Sentinels to make informed decisions about the setup. No plant
Good
yet, of
fit
course,
eye.
and 26 seconds left in the round. Time
Nice
is getting
ult.
thin for Crew. The Wicked's
You
burning.
got two of them.
And where do they go from here? It's awkward. Try and pull their way out, but how do they get to
Oh.
another side? Celsius is
Oh,
on their heels.
nice.
He does
Gun
not
them
want to let them
down.
get away with this. Spikes
It's okay,
over
no
towards
time, no
Rumble.
time,
Shy
no time.
finds the one. With 10 seconds left, there's not much more to do except for
They're
Sen to try
saving.
and wrest these guns away.
Should we push them?
Crew have just
Probably, right?
found virtually
Ah,
no
not
success
really.
on these big site executes. Sen have been lights out on defense, playing around the
Don't
wing
give them
con
the ult.
of this comp, which is to stack
util
up one
binary.
side of the map, let your Vice delay
And,
on the other,
Zelsis.
and that delay will allow you enough time
shot.
to rotate that death ball of players over, all fight together, stop the hit for coming in all together.
Zelsis on Vice is good.
This really has been lovely play from them.
But this is the question. What do Crew do when they're starved of information? It's a question I want to roll over onto their defense side as well. They just can't find any edges there. Sen, don't give them anything for free.
They've got one more chance, Crew, to tie things up, get one more round on attack, which is typically the side we look at as being favored on Lotus.
All right, last round of the hat.
Second's got a
Let's see it.
showstopper in this round as Bang has to TP away from this pretty standard util combo. Fall
Sure,
line plus the
thanks.
salvo. Bang is on the C side, not playing passively towards Rubble here, so does mean, of course, there's a paranoia to work with should Crew come knocking. Perhaps not this time.
Yeah, they're just pivoting back through spawn, headed over towards A, but you can see actually that dimensional drift sent towards C, where they've still got Melser inserted, so they have full intention of going back if
There it is,
necessary.
so bad.
They just
3 out
want
of
to
10 rage bait.
rotates over to A right now. That is awesome from Zelsis, able to spam through the wall to get rid of the clone, so the wall doesn't get triggered.
And the gate crash also is used ultimately there by Kesnet. He's not convinced that A is the play. Looks like Adverso's going to be inserted here, but you kind of want your Teho where the action's going to be, I imagine. Crew are going to head to B, and Adverso, in theory, would have to join them.
At the moment, it's just Narrate from Sen, playing off of John Cutie's wall, just jiggling towards
30 seconds, here we go.
Of course,
The free
any
site.
players out of those spam angle positions that you could take towards B main.
Second has Razor, let's see how he
access to
uses
the
it.
site.
Sen have a showstopper for this retake.
Nate's
That's a
is?
scary position to be in if you're Crew. They knew about this
Oh.
before they hit this B side anyway.
Kinda missed it a
That is
little
going to
bit.
fall though. That's Melter finding something over towards Mound here. He won't opt to push up into Waterfall or anything crazy like that, but here's this TP. Okay. Second here gets onto the side.
the fuck?
Showstopper gets him there. Now it's a matter of Sen holding this real estate. Fires it off, Shy avoids it, and there's Zelsis falling. He tries to take a swing, and Mazino's looking dangerous.
Low-key?
17 health and a
Did he
dream.
have stuck
He'll
it?
take
I don't
3.
know.
And
Let's
even
try
the
it.
game heading
6
into
is
the
good.
half.
Crew are going to be regretting
think.
not just going to B over and over. They have won every round that they got the plant down on that site. Really excellent post-plant setups there, and that flash from Shy got mega value. You could see it completely blind
Nice
up
shot.
second on entry with a showstopper, as well as 2 other players that were
Nice
getting
shot there,
in
too.
with him.
And also kind of a raw contact retake. They're from Crew as they make their way back into the B side. They know they've got to clear because of the showstopper. Get out of there. They wait it out. Beautifully done. It's an even game heading into the half. Our first map of Lotus is promising to be a bit of a banger, so don't go too far. Much more to come from this series between Sentinels and Crew Visa.
All right. Honestly, I thought that was pretty good for defense. Dare I say it? Dare I say it?
rounds that really break the back of Crew as they're trying to get into this game.
Damn. Regretting not trying to go for as many of those late round pivots, hitting B where they were finding a lot of that success.
Damn, that's great.
From the Penguins.
That's crazy work. I guess he's a little intimidating. Yeah, again, Crew couldn't help themselves. Like you said, they just want to
We're
force
live,
the
we're
shoot.
live.
Here's the pistol, sent on the attack side
Zolf is
now.
on Sheriff.
Big.
John on
Play setup
Sheriff.
From Crew.
This is new.
4 players involved in this.
Oh no!
Didn't need much of a trap play, just one person apparently would have been enough to deal with Zelsis.
Scratch it.
Crew, though, they do get that advantage they're looking for early and can now scale up towards Rubble. Kez doesn't have the option to embed himself here and get out with the gate crash later.
They're going to off the wall, deny some of that passive info.
He got through.
Now forced to look at B main and send pivot. Wanting to go for this C execute. After the Razor Vines have been depleted from Shy.
Post plan.
Okay, will be narrate first.
Ooh.
Second also making his way up the
They gotta
C
put
side.
something right. They're man
He
down.
left empty of Crew players, of course. They'll look to try and retake from Halls, and Zekken wants to get ahead of this now. Wow, okay. Paranoia also committed to that
that's
effect.
done.
Zekken going to try and get out here. Here's Util will, of course, spot onto
Push
Crew as they
water?
look
No.
to flood now back onto the side. Sentinel's going to be ready. Bang doesn't really know where to be looking right now.
Smoke.
Flash comes in, but Sentinels have been able to set themselves up here at the back of the C site.
That
looking for a
iron's so
no-holds
far.
barred
Holy
brawl
fuck.
for control of the spike. And we get what we asked for. Mazzino finding his second. There's some sharp shooting, but eventually he'll find his third. It's up to John. And the Rocket Mastermind
That
cannot
smoke
hold the
fucked
tides
us
of
by
Crew
then.
at bay. And that's how Crew are looking to start the second half.
I thought we were gonna push
A
waterfall.
lovely retake from
What
Crew.
happened there?
I
Fuck.
like that Sen were trying to fight for some of that backhall's control. We saw that from Zekken's point of view. You want to get some of that extra space. You want to find a way to
That was
actually
their
get
smoke,
a
no?
pick
Was that our
onto Crew
smoke
when they have
backside?
that man advantage. But they just flood with utility onto Sen. They forced them all back.
That was ours?
Routed behind the site.
Awkward position for
I
them.
think it was weird because of where it was planted.
Forward. I mean, that was just an excellent usage of the minimal utility you have access to on a pistol round. It all found value.
And a lot of his Sentinels don't have control of Waterfall in that post-plant scenario.
Yeah,
So
control of nothing.
Bang is looking
Yeah.
at Halls and then Waterfall and doesn't really know. And it ends up pulling back for safety's sake. There's maybe a wall where Sen could have benefited from taking some more real estate, but it's hard on that C site regardless. Pistol one for Crew. They get ahead. Kesnet and Melsa get Bulldogs.
Sen straight up 5 classics. Even though they got that plant, they are not going to risk anything.
plant?
They want the absolute max buy when they get to the gun round.
Okay, pulling up the
Well, I
B
like
side pretty
this.
quickly here. You can see Sentinels want to take control of that Waterfall route over towards B side. Shield wall going to be thrown up here as well to give them that early warning. So Crew, great flood last round. What can they put together here on a dime?
We have 3
I like
actual
it.
guns to get back in on this too. And so much utility from Sen to wade through.
2 players at upper here. Melser actually forced out. He has to retake this space, but off the paranoia, he's able to. Keston fires one, but Bang could be a problem. Adverso, though, is sharp as attack.
We're moving as a team though.
Another
I know we
nice
lost, but I
flood
like what
from
we did
Crew.
there.
You could really see the potential for danger there, as Sen were able to set up in the site.
They like took control
really
of like
well off
so
of
many
all
different
of the
things.
different mollies that they have to just throw onto the ground from John and Zelsis alike. But it's
Chill,
Crew
chill, that was
biding their
Eco,
time
chill.
and going for that full retake with really tight
Very
timings.
proactive,
Everyone
yeah.
getting into all the different areas of the map here. Melser pushing to Baby Door at the same time. They take a double fight on Zelsis.
Oh,
Scaling
damn.
through the smoke together, out Baby Door together. It is really nice, all those timings.
So already a dimensional drift developed here for Kesnet.
Oh,
On
fuck.
this defense side, on a big map like that, just having that available to you defensively is a huge boon. Especially against a Viper with that lurk wall at 8.
On the bonus round.
Watch out.
It's aggression from Crew.
Hello? Oh,
Nice.
buddy. Okay, Zekken's going to be ready for that. Bang
Nice.
TP'd on out, and Zelsis is waiting for the push-up for Shy. This one has fallen
All
flat
3
from
are
Crew.
there.
Sen
Double
laid the
swing.
trap.
Ooh,
Oh, buddy, the
ooh.
firing squad is ready to
Ooh.
unleash, and Kesnet sheepishly gets out
Okay,
of dodge.
John.
Even at that, Sen were ready for the pivot to re-aggress out of B with a high-low setup. John collecting 3 kills. Listen, I'm not going to be.
I think I hear Bang's
not
dad.
going to be mad at
I think I
Crew
hear
ever
Bang's
for
dad in the
trying
crowd.
to do something proactive on your bonus round.
But it's to a fault, I think, from this team. More often than not, Crew tend to look like a bit of a kicked anthill on defense. They're very, very active.
Sometimes they can't help themselves. That's a situation.
Nice bonus,
I'm okay with,
flawless.
but yeah, we do have to keep an eye on them to see if they just try to make
That was fast.
too much happen.
That first goal was
They are a
fast.
victim often of their own.
That's really good for
willingness
Econ. I'm not
to
gonna
go
lie.
for
That's so good for Econ
aggressive
right now.
looks. Push down too far on the extremities.
Yeah, of course, Crew have adopted this
Damn.
Tahoe look after having a bit more traditional
That was the
approach
only
to
agent to be
kickoff.
picked every week after
So far,
week
so
1.
good. Also set up on Rubble. Pretty standard look here for Crew. Gonna be a bit of a fight though off the back of this. Zekin wants to take it, and the curtain comes down. And Verso picked up. Second though a little bit low. Melsa able to get involved and deal with the raise. Narrate still chompy at the bit. He still wants to take a fight here, but is it much to be found? Melsa almost predicting this. Narrate still able to succeed. 3 versus 3 now over on the B side. The dimensional drifting Kesnet spots Celsius out, who opts maybe to change his heading.
Yeah, we got out.
Find a good timing to retreat there. Didn't actually
There
have a teleport he could go into.
No.
Oh, Mazzino on the line.
What did the guy say?
The second narrate wrapped around that corner of the box.
I mean, Narrate is just convinced there's no one tucked on that box. He's
They're
looking at
struggling
baby
right now.
door.
He's gonna get into it though.
Okay, here's the Vice util.
Zels is trying to sell the solo man fake, so John can just work up towards A for free.
It's not called Celsius for nothing, Wyatt. At least John's been able to get up over towards this A side. And there's that
This is winnable.
work wall to deal with. However, you've got to be ready for this. Mazzino shows a little bit of leg. Celsius now needs to get towards A, but he's definitely wary of being cut off from that baby door angle. And okay, Viper's been thrown down on the A side.
Why not?
What needs else is here?
2 versus 3 makes it a realistic chance to actually convert this.
Oh, this is a dirty angle
What a
too.
jump!
John can't play off this. He cannot help Celsius right now. He's just got to sit inside the pit.
I love this decision from him. He's just playing passive. He just wants to waste the time.
So far.
We now have to go and explore this pit entirely.
Is he going to be quick enough? Celsius is already wrapping around. He's no longer looking to be keeping busy. This is the problem now. He's got to get through 3 players. Mazzino's already gotten this to half now. Kesnet trying to swing this, and Crew will shut it down. Decent idea. Celsius though can't
Why did John
really
shoot?
get Crew
He got
interested
scared.
enough
He got
in
spotted.
here.
I do love how they
wall
set that
banged
up.
him by
Unfortunately,
accident.
Kesnet gets that kill onto John with the running gun. Couldn't even.
They wall
convert
banged
onto
him.
When you don't have an initiator alive to send in a drone, you send in the human drone. Which is like,
He was low, it's hard.
But he also finds the kill.
The human drone.
That's what they call it. Good round.
Rolling thunder here for Mazzino. Who can I just say?
Fuck.
Really, that return to playing
It's not the
initiator
bite
on this
here, though.
Crew squad, he's looked very, very good so far in stage
4
1.
regen shields. Devin Outlaw? No.
And once again,
as defense, they are opting to fight this A side so aggressively.
it's a dangerous proposition against a team like Crew. This is really their bread and butter, Wyatt. These early pops, these fights here, these anchoring crossfires, they love to set up. Then just maybe want to do it on a syncopated timing, but they've lost second there. Kesnet audaciously just holding a line already. Poison Orb at least is going to let Sen imply that they've walked out to Rubble, but Crew are not buying it for a second.
They were even ready if Sen tried to refight to just rip that Rolling Thunder on them. But I love this. They take it a little bit slower, get the full re-clear right now with the stealth drone from Adverso. So they know that Sen have no intentions of slowly contacting back up.
Give me one here,
at the moment.
Zelsis.
They could be more concerned with elsewhere on the map.
Celsius patient on this one. John does get his pound of flesh over at the seaside. That's Melsa just asking for a little too much now. Sen maybe getting away for this. Celsius, though, was an important anchor for them in that position. He's been compromised. Adverso's able to push up now and eventually wrap over towards this mount area or stay embedded in case there's a bounce back, but it's not time for that. Rolling Thunder's going to complicate the calculus here for Sentinels. 25 seconds left, 3 players.
Oh, we're so fucked.
To try and get to this side, the odds are not good. And here comes Adverso, slithering, sneaking his way towards Mound. Likely will catch a whiff of Sentinels here. They've got to go. 13 seconds left, but Adverso strikes from behind. And there's no more coming back from that.
It is so comprehensive.
No more pauses
from
either.
Crew. I love that Rolling Thunder timing. There's only 28 seconds left on the clock when that's sent out. Causes that further delay, and even if that, it forces out a piece like the Paranoia from Bang, and then by the time they're trying to get back in, they're being flanked. There's multiple players facing from the front. It's just so well-rounded.
Wyatt, Sentinels use their timeouts to win those thrifties.
What are you doing, bro?
They have no timeouts left. No opportunities for Kaplan to intervene from here on out. And Crew
He's not
are
wrong,
starting to
but
run away
it's
with
not
this
cool,
map.
bro.
Right now, Meltzer is pushed up over towards Mound. Paranoia can't even force him back. He's just taking the fight, 2 for 2.
K-Sting is here now, pushing up.
There
Some
it, come on,
upgrades
baby.
available here for Sentinels.
I
They're
believe
gonna be
in you,
quick
bro.
about this. No one there to trigger the Razorvine, so they're gonna get onto
I
this
need there to
C-side
heat up right
unfitted.
now.
It's a smoke that blocks Adverso off, and he'll have to wait now at Waterfall. Kesnet to wrap through Mound. Crew want to spring this through pretty quickly, and Kesnet gets a freebie. Now wants to keep putting that pressure down. It's going to be Bang, who's wary of him. John
Bang.
falls, and it's up to the lone man. Can Bang do it? Kesnet falls quickly. Mazzino and Adverso surely going to double swing this, and Bang has to have a sense of it. Can he find some purchase here? The answer is no. It's Adverso. Once again, sending Crew to 11.
The IGL for Crew, returning to the Tier 1 scene after a couple years in Challengers. And you can't ask for 3
What's
better agents in that
happening?
retake situation than having your Breach, Tejo, and Yoru to come back in on the C site after that initial 2v2 fight. This Crew team, they are looking electric with this comp after being
Spam kill.
behind the meta in kickoff. They're never usually the trend-setting team with the agents that are being run. They are truly the meat and potatoes Valorant team, good fundamentals, good shooting.
Classic comp, slow to adjust to the meta.
But if they can refine the meta, that's when this Crew team can really
Sam
take
losing
things
and
up a
Bang
notch.
top fragging,
Get
I call
one
it
of the top
100
teams
thieves
we've
win.
got in this America
What?
scene.
Who needs innovation if you can perfect what already is? That's what Crew are looking for. Here comes Zach and Showstopper, hit immediately by the special delivery. Still, the rest of Sentinels are going to commit to this B side. That Showstopper's about to expire, though. That's a big weapon out of Sentinel's arsenal. But they are swarming over B.
Adverso collects that orb, gets the Armageddon online for the retake, and there's going to be a triple flank fight.
It's got to be here, Zelsis. He has to come alive, and unfortunately, it's much the opposite. Melso able to stack up with many of those other players. Here comes that Armageddon over towards the B site. It's going to force a little bit of movement. John here, though, going to duck back now onto the site itself. It's Melza making his way through. The hit squad of Crew are not missing right now. They are deadly effective. Narrate's able to find just the one here, but it's 3v1. Narrate, quiet for much of the game.
Damn, what's happening? We're falling apart.
See, the light of day
We had no
through his
control
ears.
of anything? What
And Crew
happened?
get to 12.
Wait,
These
we
guys
actually
are
fell
so
apart right
sharp
there.
with the aim right now, and it feels stupid to even say right now, because in terms of firepower, when Crew are on, they are up there with the absolute best in the world. Mazzino having a sickening performance. I swear, every time you've seen him get a kill with the Phantom, it has
Like,
just
Bang
been
was trying to get
lightning
away, but
fast. The way he's rounding these corners, the reaction time has been so insane. And that is the danger of this Crew squad. It feels like at any moment, any of the players on this team
we
can
lost.
just go nuclear.
I think we lost this
We
map
saw
for
it through
sure.
kickoff. We saw it with Kesnet already last week.
Sen fighting like they're programmed to do so, but Kesnet was born and molded by this scenario. He hasn't seen a quiet early round until he was already an adult. And already a 5v3 in this map point. Crew are looking imperious. And the Raid has struggled.
He has been struggling, and this is Sen's map pick at that. It's been a home map for them in 2025. This is the only map that they actually were able to get a win on
Icebox
in
is
Bangkok.
next.
And Crew are just
What happened
looking
here?
a cut above.
Sen now have to go for this. That's the sheer will, of course, that is going
We're
to
just
give away
getting
their
outshot.
intent. And Crew can take their time. Grouped up now, 3 players, of course, and bear in mind, Steel Guard and Dimensional Drift, it's all on the table here for Crew. They can play with their food a little. Here comes the Drift. This is Kesnet.
How many has he had in this game? And it seems like every other round.
Yeah, is this initial D with how much he's been drifting? Wild. Okay, here's that Steel Guarded. Now Sentinels without their primary weapons. As much as we like to send bundle, that might not be enough to get them over the line here. It's going to be popped by both sides. Celsius was able to develop his as well.
John.
Here's John looking to take a fight towards Halls. A long climb though still.
Nice,
Crew
nice.
You're right able to find 2. It's on the table now. Celsius and John have to make it happen, but Shy shuts it down. Oh man. What a statement to make. Sentinels map pick of Lotus with Icebox next in the rotation. Crew grinning from ear to ear.
They are firing on all cylinders individually. Feels like top to bottom. Kesnet with some of those entries. Mazzino
So we're
in the
on that map for a
retakes,
fucking
and
reason,
Shy is
dude.
always going to be
Bro,
close
this is
for
a
a
dog
couple
shit
in-
fucking map, bro. Dog shit. Why'd they pick it? Are you kidding me?
End with? What's the X factor? Where is it coming from, and how are you starting so strong?
I think that the biggest difference for this year is the group that we built. I believe that we have a really experienced player, and also I think it's the
I should
focus
do
of the
my
team
hair like
because
him.
We built this team to win, to lift a trophy this year. So they are pretty on that mindset. So they are working pretty hard, most than any other year. And I feel that we are facing more prepared each match. So it's easy to perform in that way.
Eyes on the prize. The team's looking great. Best of luck in the next
My
match.
hair is fine? Do you mean it?
Welcome.
Wait, do you actually mean that? Or
looks a much
You guys
stronger
vibe out with the
team,
analysts.
with their approach in the second half.
I'll be right back.
When Mazzino is shooting like this, a prime Lev Mazzino performance out of your breach in a breach tail comp, oh man, this team is terrifying. Look at Shy, 7 deaths. He's 16-7.
I can't believe how good Kesnet is on that Yoru, given that this is the second time he's playing it. Like, I actually don't believe it.
I mean, the caster
Like,
calling out like to the ult like 5 times in that game, like it's crazy.
It's actually
ridiculous.
busted. This team looks so good right now. Who would have thought? I mean, the way Adverse was pivoting these hits, he was always finding the empty B site in the first half. I'm just blown away by how good Crew looks strategically.
I think the thing that amazes me the most about them is Crew have always been a team where like they've got the firepower, right? Yes. And they'd always get flamed during the regular season because like their execution fell apart, right? It'd be like, oh, it's like the Kesnet show, but like their util isn't quite there, their strats aren't there, but they're playing like new meta agents, coordinating utility beautifully, still maintaining the individual level of performance. Like they're putting all the right pieces together.
Yeah, I mean, Wyatt said so as well, right at the end of the cast. They're the meat and potato team. They're keeping it very vanilla, but not anymore.
Vanilla
and they're looking
on the
so
meat and potatoes?
No, they're keeping it vanilla and meat and potato is the same thing in this scenario. Don't worry about it. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. It's all good. It's all good. Who should be worried, of course, is Sentinels, because they have to bring this one back. So let's hear what Kaplan has to say ahead of map 2.
I'm here with Kaplan before map 2. Last week when we talked to Zelsis, he said Crew can come out and just farm teams sometimes. What do you do now? How do you reset and just get back into map 2?
Yeah, I mean, we lost for a few reasons, but we need to target the ones that are relevant to how we are right now in a match, relevant to the next couple maps. We definitely weren't proactive. We didn't play the game on our terms. We let them play the game, and we let it happen to us. So it's easier when we played really well one weekend ago. It's not that hard for the guys to remember. I think they can remember that. I think they can channel it here. Just more confidence. That's it. It's just more confidence.
All right, Kaplan, thanks for the insight. Best of luck in the game.
We let it happen to us. That's me at the end of every day. It just kind of happened to me, and then I go to bed. But you got to brush it off, right, and come back strong. Now, however, they did lose their map pick. We're heading over to Icebox. Expectations, hopes,
I'm scared for them.
considerations?
I am scared for them.
You're very scared today.
They've got some good wins on Icebox in the past, but it's required heroics out of particularly like people like Zelsis and Deep in series. Like this has never been at the top of Sentinel's map pool.
And Icebox is Kesnet's map. Like Kesnet on Icebox and Ascent. Like we are entering a world with these two maps coming back into the pool where Kesnet will just fry. You have to find an answer to him, whether or not it's going to be on the classic Jet on this map or maybe some Waylay stuff that might have been alluded to. Like he's going to be coming out so good.
And for Sentinels to leave this in their pool right now, you have to know they have something up their sleeve, right? That is the one shining light here for Sentinels. Maybe they have a new look on Icebox and they're not going to go into one of these old bench comps.
Well, we'll find out in just a little bit as we're heading into a quick break, and we're back to see if Crew can finish this out or if Sentinels keep themselves alive. After this.
First map, interesting one in this series. Sentinels end that first half, 6 rounds, looking pretty good, and then completely disappear. And frankly, for Sen City, that goes from bad to worse. The weather gets a little bit worse because we move on to an Icebox, a map that we haven't seen in quite some time here. One that, I think, as Sean points out, in our little interim, that wasn't exactly a stellar one in general for Sentinels, and one that we saw Crew on quite a look with Reyna or Jet looks respectively. So I'm curious to see what they're cooking up here. Do we go back to the same old look? Because Wyatt, Icebox is unchanged since leaving the pool previously.
It's the agent pool that has changed. We've seen teams try to experiment with some Tejo here and there on this map, so interested to see if a Crew team that, as we said, kind of just follow the trends and try to refine what the meta is, actually step outside of that narrative, try and reinvent themselves here. Or same for Sen, really. I mean, it's just a question of what these teams want. I don't know. We will have to see. But as far as Sen's quality on Icebox, I'm looking at Bang
Icebox
to be the star
Sen,
for this team here.
Shroud
He is
flashbacks,
one of the
aware.
best players at playing around that B site. The way he controls main on this map is
Buy the Sen Classic.
really some of the best
Please win
play
us the
you'll see
map.
from
Please
anyone
win us
in
the map. How
world.
about that?
And I'm wondering if he can kind of be the
Start with
injection
that.
into this Sen team that can make them a better Icebox squad moving forward. But that being said, though, on map 1, Bang, he started off so hot. At one point, his
It's 11 and 3.
was 11-3, and then he ends.
Yeah, the
14
Jet is
for
like the
15.
old
Okay, here is our
textbook
Agent
comp.
Select heading into Icebox.
Right? KO Sova?
No huge changes here. Very much a classic
old
comp,
school
even
comp.
featuring the Killjoy here. As Sentinels haven't really innovated too much on this look, of course. John QT now, of course, in this role as the shader on the KO. So
2021
KO Sova
comp,
double
low-key.
initiator setup.
I wonder if we have much packs on
I bet
Icebox.
Mazzino's going to play Harbor. I've got a feeling. Yeah, here we go. Okay, similar to
Kinda
what we saw
similar,
from
they have the
Leviathan
Harbor.
on this map in the past, right? Double controller, Harbor Viper there for those walls.
Let's see
Killjoy
Harbor
here for
Viper.
Shy. What year is it?
I mean, yeah, this is a time machine matchup. We have stepped into the past with these two comps, but we don't really know what the current day holds on this map anyhow, so maybe these looks of the past will just maintain being the best way to play this map. We get to really see what
I see a Tarek sign W.
matter here. We're going back to
All right,
the
Chad. Everyone
fundamentals. This
fucking
is a
put your
scenario
cans in the
that
air.
all 10 players
We
in the
need,
server have been in just hundreds of times.
We need a
over
big bounce back from the
practicing against
boys.
these comps.
Something that we saw a lot from Crew on this map, especially defensively, is they crossfire really, really well inside that A site. Something that even with the Reyna comp they'd like to do. They played Reyna for a while and wanted to embed her in the side and not worry too much about verticality and just
Let's
have
go.
good crossfires. Let's see what Sentinels have for us on this attack side now.
No,
We're up to
no.
Icebox, folks. A glimpse of the past.
Trying to take some B main control. We are going to
All
see
right.
that.
You got
Standard
turret.
high tide thrown
Nice,
out
good
by
pressure.
the Harbor.
Don't
The
die,
Harbor
my
supposed to
kid!
win. Oh my god.
Brother!
What is that? How does Celsius get down on the cross?
Can't sell bundles like this.
Nasty work under tube there from Shy. Santa Viper will set up though. We'll get Sentinels essentially onto this B site. John with a spike in hand, but Mazzino playing pretty close here. Now looking to take a close fight.
No.
Those right clicks are good. Narrate has struggled over the course of this series thus far in
No,
Crew. They're doing
no,
what they do,
no.
but they love to sink their teeth into a
Fuck
team like
this,
this.
dude.
That is a convincing fight win.
Was an effortless dismantling of Sen. That starts off with Shy. Couldn't tell if that was
Redux
through the smoke or
smiling
not
is
in mid, if that was
crazy.
just some intuitive tapping with the ghost. Regardless, brilliant first kill. What a shot.
Silky smooth,
Fucking
man.
hell.
And then I love how Mazzino is playing around the site here. Crew realized, wait, they're trying to take Snowman control? Let's just go fight them. And they swarm them all angles.
Fuck, it looks too easy for them right now.
Absolutely.
It looks like
torn
they're
to
having the time of their
shreds.
lives.
Ah, yes, the Marshall buy, very standard for Kesnis.
And again,
That wall
here's
was annoying.
high tide wall, just cutting off both doorways.
Yeah, crucially, that
Oh, we're
debuff
fucked.
applied
We're
by
so fucked.
very standard spot here for Kesnit, just looking to play above the walls. Contact shot is good.
Oh
He
my
sticks
God.
around for a second one. Got to respect that level of audacity.
Not punished for
Wow.
the creed. Oh my god, Mazzino picking up the slack.
He wants more. I can't believe it. He wants more. That was the nose cut for your Kenning.
I used to be like this. I used to be like
Two
this.
for a reason, my friend. Okay.
God damn, those ecos with the Marshall. Oh my god, I salivate at the thought of it, bro.
Yeah, strong start there for
Literally
Crew. They really
salivate at the
happy to
thought
stick
of it.
around. Repost
They have
on
no
those
armor.
angles.
I have a
They're feeling
Marshall.
themselves.
Shoots like
They
a
lose the
machine
two
gun.
worst weapons that they had in the round anyway, so realistically,
Uh,
oh my god, I just saw right before we were getting into that, Keston was buying an op.
I used to be like this. Pipe down, little bro. Bro, real ones know I used to be like that.
Do they have dinner reservations?
Real
or
ones know when I play 12 hours a day, I used to be like that.
Quick.
Race get off to a good start.
And the way that they're playing,
No,
they're making
you know?
me believe that they might just end things even faster than literally anyone on the planet was expecting. Who are showing
On
out
God, you
today.
did, you rat. The fuck?
Also going to be lit by that briefly. So now looking
call me
towards
a
this A
rat?
side of the map, and this time it's Bang posted up mid.
Don't just call me a rat. On God, you did, you rat.
Stacked up elsewhere, and if the send hit does come into A,
Me personally, I take that on the chin.
All
But that's just me, though.
It's going to be so frustrating to try and scale past as a team. Might end up in a situation where someone like Zakin gets isolated.
Is it just me, or does Kaznet look a little bit like Nate Shot since he's gone bald? Yeah, low key.
Over towards Boiler.
I thought you say it.
Of course, there's a cheeky few lineups to cover that if you're on the attack side, but Bang just clears it. This will draw Shy out of formation. Doesn't like to be info starved, nor do any of
Alright,
these
this is our
two
Byron,
players.
by the way.
Aldrone sees very little.
Here I go.
Zekin getting ready now to dash onto the side, into the cloud burst. He goes now, but getting hammered down by that nano swarm combination.
Help!
Zekin able to avoid it. Had that regen shield, so I mean, somewhat durable now as
raining
the fight
Yuto.
begins. Fragment and Snakebite thrown to the back of sight, but Mizzino unaffected by both.
No.
Zekin now
Yes.
has to fight. Gets the one, but Narrator's
There
going to be
it
good
is.
for the refrag. It's
Yes,
Mizzino.
bang.
We
Yes,
have the
bang.
required
I want
weaponry
more.
here, and Kesnet, surely not. We just get out of here
Better
with the operator.
save.
Time to save. He needs to go on the run. I mean,
Fuck outta
frankly,
here.
the setup for Crew was exactly how they drew it up. But I like that Sen were able to pause, take their time getting back into the site. Zekin didn't overcommit to any duels when we were looking at his point of view.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Kesnet is in
Get his
some
ass.
serious danger right now.
It's only Zelsis that is chasing him at this point, but there's still a bit of time left in the round, and Sentinels are swarming, circling, like
We're
vultures.
coming for you, bro. We're coming for
Kesnet
you.
now will simply hide in the corner.
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, frankly, I'm looking at Kesnet's money. How the hell did he get all of this cash? I mean,
Oh, hell
he's
nah.
fucked even if he dies.
Hey, look how close he is to Bladestorm. That should tell you what you need to know.
Get
6
off, get
kills,
off,
3
get off. I'll
rounds.
use it. I'll
He
use it. I
will
swear I'll use it. I'll
ever
use it, please,
hand over
bro.
the op.
But Sen have no desire to take it. It remains
Bro, I'm a
on the
scope
floor.
merchant,
Into
bro.
the next, he'll just buy another because that man is rich. So he's got the op. This time with the regen armor. Yeah, it was that pause from Sen after they got into the site and refight. Then Zekin takes the swing.
The last
Narek gets a
KJ
couple kills.
to use an op
Is a man
was
that
steal.
definitely
That's not
needs
true.
to
There's
come
someone else.
online individually. Had a very slow start back on
Who was up
Lotus.
on KJ?
Someone who's probably
recently?
a little bit more emotional than a lot of these
Bustio.
members of Sentinels. Definitely, we've
Man.
seen him express frustration
That
after weaker
dog
performances in the
Bustio.
past, even
That's
after
Yuto?
wins. He's hungry.
And this is definitely a time for him where he can't let the emotions get the best of him. He needs to step it up.
X? Was he hopping on KJ?
Steal away Crew's map pick.
Okay, pretty tentative here for Sentinels. It might just be another dash into Cloudburst, and Zekin has to be wary, of course, of the Nanoswarm setup here.
They're
They're going to be
playing retake on
cleared
site.
or activated. The shock dart comes in.
What happened, bro? I left first map at 6-6. A lot happened, bro.
Everyone else
I need you to
stacked
stay
up
here
towards
because you might have
A.
been our lucky charm.
This
Do
time
not
they have
leave.
much better weaponry to take these fights, however.
Anyone that was here during the
He wants
6-6,
to
do
carve
not
away in,
leave.
and they try not to deal with the op if they can help it, but they might pull out.
Yeah, the big difference though from
They might
Sen
what?
in this round is that Bang is
No!
exploring towards B, but he's caught out in the open.
They're going to go back to A. I just don't think there's any option for them now with the time left in the round. Zelsis gets pinged out here though, so Crew know that there's a bounce back towards A.
The crossfires on defense are so good. This
Oh my
genuinely
God,
looks
oh my
hopeless
God.
for Sen. They'd have to go insane on this execute individual.
They already
Oh
cleared this
my
corner.
God.
Mizzino's in. He reposted there now, and Sen don't have the util to get him out. And they're
Nice
not going to
flash.
check it. Zekin though still wins the fight.
Nice jiggle.
That's absurd. Narrator
Nice
also
shot.
able to get them, and you just talked about
Now that's what I'm talking about, bro. About fucking
One from you,
time.
mate. 4 players stacked up with the rifle.
better save.
Perfect flash from John, by the way, to clear that player in Gen, who couldn't
How
connect
the
the first
fuck did we win
bullets
that?
onto Zekin. Mizzino, who you mentioned, he was reposted there, walked back in, had a crossfire from screens, and 2 players on catwalk.
Still
And
died.
they can't find a kill? That is mental.
I look away, they got 4 kills.
That's what you need to see
Don't
from
fucking
Sen.
look
They're
back.
really meticulous in these early to mid rounds.
looked
right?
away,
And
they got
just
4 kills. Get the
surgically
fuck outta here.
Remove these aspects of Crew over the A
I
side.
can't express enough how much of a favorite Crew
Someone
are
here
with
got
that
bad juju.
situation.
Kateson again has to sit on this
Insane
operator.
percent.
Suffice to say, there won't be the funds to repurchase this in
No,
the next
no,
round.
my
so the
goal.
threat level a little
Ooh,
high
I
here
saw
for
you.
Kesnet. Maybe approaching DEFCON 2, if I'm honest. Gonna try and walk away now, and he will get to keep this
jiggle.
up into the next round. But that was so stunning from Sen. Let's see it play out again.
That flash was beautiful from John.
That was.
Perfect timing. Mazzino might have been able to get that kill. He was able to
Good
see
jiggles here,
Zekin,
too.
but then after being flashed, just did not know where to put the crosshair.
My
When
goodness
they steal both sides of
gracious.
the site together. Sick.
My
sick
goodness
side
gracious.
execute.
And you are seeing Crew, they are pushing up amongst that, right? They're pushing into Sen a little bit, realizing they lose Mizzino a little too cheaply there.
You too,
and
they have an
they
op
get
still.
punished.
Do not go B, whatever you
What
do.
is the move from Crew on this eco round? An eco round that obviously involves the saved operator from Kesnet, who just loves posting up at the B site.
It feels like the most cost-efficient way to cover that part of the map is just to put Kesnet there solo. At what point, though, do Crew get a little antsy?
We're going B.
Yeah, we mentioned it on Lotus. Didn't come to fruition at all.
We're going
but
B.
often
Fuck.
on defense, that is their
Fuck.
undoing.
Fuck.
Their own willingness to try and force too much.
And on
try
this-
to do too much.
On this map in the past as well, we've often seen them like bounce on defense between sites a lot. They're going to force
Drone.
Kesnet off this line in theory with this owl drone. Yep,
I saw
he
him.
respects it. Reposts because he's Kesnet. Now pinged. Surely we get off the line now. Yes. Zakin going to push him
What the
pretty
fuck
quickly.
did he
Kesnet has to beat a
do?
hasty retreat. And it gets back behind the B side. Flash in for John. They've got to be thinking about snowman control, I'm sure of it. Cut off these op lines or just pull back entirely.
Easy, Tiger.
They just have the
Easy.
superior weaponry to play back.
Take my op, I'm popping
swing for
knives.
each other late.
Right here, I drop my op,
Matter of
pop
fact,
knives,
if they
throw
need
two
to, they
smokes,
even have
scale
Upper
yellow,
Spirit
kill
from
two,
there, right? So
updraft,
Sen are really
ace.
set up for
That's just me
success
though.
here.
They've got this Mizzino util to work with though. He can really carve up the map and allow Crew to get in behind it. But it doesn't matter. Zekin fires up for two.
Ooh,
And Verso
yeah.
sitting duck.
Ooh, yeah.
Three-piece for Zekin. And no guns dropped by
Ooh,
Sentinels.
yeah.
Crucially, the gun drop in that round was Kesnet. Operator remaining in the snow as we get to round 6.
Come on,
was able to
baby.
carry that over.
It's only
Several
3-2,
in a row,
but it feels like we're
with the
winning
economy
8-2,
for
right, Chad?
booming early, but it has
It's
been
only 3-2, but it
shattered.
feels like we're up a lot, no?
Love the timings on these fights taken here from Sen while the cascade drops. Swing from Zekin is perfect. Zelsis out from main. Fundamentals looking clean there to dispatch.
It feels like that was the go signal for Sentinels.
Maybe
When they
not.
see that Harbor U2 come out, they say, no, we are now going to try and take a fight here while they're midway through this.
Now we have to see how Crew are going to play this defense without the operator. We saw that they wanted to leave 1B
What's the
favored
play
towards A.
here?
Frankly, they're doing something similar right now, but they've adjusted Melser over towards that B side as the XQ comes in.
No!
Okay, it's going to be a fast hit for Sentinels coming in, but Zekin's going to fall early.
Nice.
Null Command, though, will pave the way, and Narrate's having to deal with the Verso.
Oh,
And the
Zelsis!
taken down a little too
What was
cheaply, I think,
that?
for Crew's liking. And Kesset here
That was
opts to take a little bit
insane.
more of a passive angle, allowing for a plant.
Looked like Zelsis was doing some kind of Arsenal roleplay, getting that kill up top.
Saw
Trying
you.
to swing back in on the left side.
Nice, Narrate. Good cover,
Man, it's so
bro.
audacious, and who's covering him? That is strictly a solo effort.
4v2, save again, pussy, you
Melser
won't.
He's able to pick that line up
I
eventually, but
thought.
was in no
Back that
position
shit
to
up.
play off
Back
of
that shit
Kesnet.
up. Pussy.
And frankly, that's just a two-gun save.
I love how Sen positioned that double face to hold anyone swinging.
Narrate got a
from
solo ult
Cat.
kill, right? I think he did.
We saw Kesnet die, and one
Then-
player stood on the box. On the
Zelsis,
default
then
plant
Narrate.
position. The other top by the rope. That was a really cool little setup. Sen are looking smooth on this attack side right now.
I
This
thought
is
Icebox
very
hit A
impressive,
simulator.
especially
I
given
mean,
there were question
yeah.
marks coming in.
Kind of is, right?
We heard that from
But we
Sean
have seen some B this half.
Worried about the level that the Sen team would be at.
But
given
it
that
feels like
Icebox
defense
never
is too hard to hold
in the
A.
past. But this is a
Like,
new
defense
roster,
holding A is
new
impossible.
era, and it's feeling like they've really put the work into this.
And it's a question of if we're
at
needing a
this.
timeout here on the Crew
What
side
the
of things
fuck is
soon.
that?
Instead of starting to...
That was crazy, man.
And here, look, I mean, look, it's just Kesnet trying to take a fight there at that point.
All right, guys, welcome to the server. I'm glad we woke up.
I need a cigarette. I need a
He said I need cigarettes.
No, you don't. Definitely don't suggest
What?
that. Whoa, whoa. Look after yourselves out there, folks, and stay in school while you're at it. It's the timeout from Crew. B's are good. Whoa,
It's on your studies.
That's it. Stay on the straight and narrow. Okay, so Sten here starting to run into a couple of rounds where they've got.
I think
some
Zekin's the
rapid
last
running
person you
ultimates.
would catch in this
They've got
lobby
lockdown
smoking a
on the
cigarette.
horizon. Also, you know, getting towards
makes-
that
which makes it
peak
even
here.
funnier.
And I'm looking at Crew specifically because they've got the Hunter's Fury of
Mama's
course, they've
Zekin
got
right
the
now.
ultimate, which can
Yeah,
be in a
Mama's
pinch
Zekin like right
really
now, like,
crucial
what?
to
What that
allow
boy
you
say?
to re-clear this space.
You know what?
And it was a timeout as expected.
One
This
more
is
time.
a good time
One more
to go
time
for
right
it.
here.
It's a quasi-buy here for Crew. It's not the most convincing.
A
I'm sure
cigarette.
Kesnet's going to have a Blade Storm and look to crack this one open.
I'm definitely, like you said, I'm looking towards that ultimate from the harbor. It's so effective, especially when
Bowser,
you're
get
going
a kill
on
challenge.
Someone taps the spike.
Look at us
and that
talking
lightning
shit now,
bolt
we're up
comes down, you know
4-2.
that's going to be a free stun as well that you can scale off of while the other players are having to reposition. I'm looking to see Crew take advantage of that ultimate in a situation like that. Also want to see out of this timeout how Sen intend on adjusting. It has just been so easy for them to take this A site round after round. Are they going to open things
Cigarette,
differently,
no
try and
thanks.
make
I think
it
I'll
more
stick to my
passive,
sour
explore
green
elsewhere on the
apple
map to see
geek
what
bar.
plans Crew have.
Vaping is not
This time
cool.
it's a little more passive towards today's side.
I only say that because I
Early
won't vape though.
exploration. Melser's going to be allowed to push up here.
Maybe it is cool. Should I start? I'm just kidding. It's bad for you, actually.
A Kesnet like dash updraft off of
It's actually
a
not good
deep
for you.
recon, try and take a fight towards
And if you
Bell.
vape,
So in the past, Crew had this
they can't help
tendency
you.
on these save rounds to buy sheriffs and push mid.
No!
That's fine. That was very typical for them.
Took it away though.
This time,
wouldn't have
though,
mattered.
They've got some guns in the mix, so they're probably not reverting to that protocol. Sen are playing though as if they're ready for something of a push-up.
Vaping is worse for you than smoking cigarettes. True.
There's nothing to see
Oh.
here either. This should get
Pass me a cig,
Drifter
then.
towards B, but
Nice second.
that's a shot under tube over towards kitchen side. That's that mid anchor of Shy down.
And that false info from the
Derek,
drone
I'm
could allow
disappointed.
Sin to now scale up towards
I never thought I'd be a loyal viewer for
slowly
so
take that
long.
space and work back
I won't
into
be
a full
subbing. Your content's
execute.
changed. I've supported
Time's
you.
certainly the essence.
Have to
40 seconds to play
reevaluate.
with now. But
Suck a dick,
Util's
pussy.
being drawn out on the B side, and Kesnet realizing he might have to rotate back to A here.
This is the Crew ants round. They are just running around on defense. They do not know where
Don't
to
be
position
sad, suck
at
a
the
dick.
moment. But they've made the read, actually. They've gone back to A right on
Nice.
time.
No.
Okay, getting messy
Yes.
now. Mel's
Another
having to
gotta
do
kill.
a second,
Fuck.
but it's going to be a trade. Numbers favor Sen now in this 4 versus 3, and they're on the front part of the site. But
Nice.
Kesnet, surely he's not going to hold out.
The
His
flash.
interlope is in for free. Surely, looking
Holy
at
shit,
X-Sides,
everyone's
it's all now,
blind.
but it's awkward. He's got to swing out and get a trade at best, but it's Mazzino.
She
Vintage
bar.
Mazzino. Able to use that ultimate now. Give Bang the hostel. He's stopped up, but he misses a golden opportunity. Bang healthier right now. Has to keep moving here. Oh my god. That is dirty business.
The movement there, just taking that extra step, and then the shot. Beautiful from Mazzino.
What
An
happened?
unexpected way to win that round, to say the least.
Shy looked almost reverent there, witnessing that from his teammate.
We get it, bro. You have a cell phone. Oh no.
911. I'd like to report a absolute murder of 4 individuals hailing from Sen City.
Either that or he's trying to phone a friend to figure out how to win defensive rounds without clutching 1v4s. It's one or the other, man. Because you can't replicate that.
Chad, have we seen any pros squeeze a teddy bear in a clutch?
No, they're white.
And then win the clutch?
See how this goes down.
I want.
Oh
What?
my god, that is gross. I feel like I need to
Why
take
did you
a
know teddy
shower
bear?
after that.
Pros squeezing teddy bears.
It's all that seawater, you know?
I mean, the swings from Sen were perfect.
That is picante. Holy.
Okay.
He is on one today.
Well,
you can't be losing when you have someone playing like that, man. you got to get back in the game.
okay, Standard looks to open around here. Cascade thrown out. Zekin, though, wants to ask for more. Viper's pit 1 away.
What the fuck?
Lockdown 1 away for Sentinels. Kesnet back on the old faithful operator.
Yep, and again, Crew are just going to stack up towards A due to him controlling B, but they're going to be pushed out of the site, at least temporarily, by this lockdown.
Adverso offers, just holding back in his Hunter's Fury for the time being. So Crew are going to respect this, allow Sentinels to move on into A. Oh, wow. Okay,
Wait, it's
big
suppressed
wing there for
Silva.
Johnny sees so much.
And it just took down the Hunter's Fury. And Kesnet, great opening.
And that's been disabled for the time being now. Viper's pit here for Sen in the post plant. Kesnet does get his pound to flesh, but there's so much more to be done now. And to get through this pit could be a tough ask. And also see nothing. No tags at all off of that Hunter's Fury. Time is ticking. Celsius. Crouch, biding his time, waiting inside the pit. Adverso wants to try and light it
Nice.
now, but Zekin's dealt with Melsa easily enough.
Nice.
Celsius is waiting, ready to take the fight. And
No
Crew
time.
down to 3
Good
with an
job.
operator as well. This looks awkward.
It took so
They're
long in
gonna
the
have to walk
retake,
away.
right?
It's going to be a 2-gun save here. Shy looking for something on the exit side, but there's nothing to be found. Clean look for Sen.
The Crew team had nothing to explore into that pit, no drones.
The knife lost in the round?
Sen
Wait,
was
I
stacked
actually
up
think
and
you're
it
right.
cannot express
John
enough
suppressing
how much
4 of
value
them made their
the 0.4 John got.
retake take
Not
so
only did he
long.
catch 4 players, sure, you get the info that they've been pushed all out by the lockdown in those common positions, but more importantly, it nullified the usage of the Hunter's Fury.
Yes.
While they were planting the spike.
Yes,
That's the
you
exact
are so right,
situation where
Wyatt.
Traditionally,
Easy on
you would
Kubert,
have seen
easy on
that
Kubert.
defensive Sova rip the ult onto the spike planter while the rest of your team floods in. That play was cancelled out.
Poor
by
Kubert's
one
getting fucking
utility
beat up in
piece.
the back, dude.
And then that pick gets max value.
Brother has no say in the match.
That's another round where Kesnet has this operator. He's drifted across from B and has nothing to do with it. These saves will make Owner proud.
Oh. They really owed that?
The Sen team have been.
I mean, I owed it too, but like, not like that. They stretched that out.
Really impressed.
That was a YouTube react by the crowd.
By the way that they've been getting into the
They
site.
owed the fuck out of that
Just stay
Molly.
here even without tailwind.
Nah.
Gets his one. Mazzino watching his off angle here, and Kesnet is going to trend back. But of course, they've got that one-way orb to play off of as well. Clean opener.
Is it not embarrassing if we lose the crew? Bro, we're Sentinels. It's embarrassing if we lose to anybody.
Well, which gets some info towards back yellow on B, so they know that there are no.
That's how it is being the goats, bro. It doesn't matter. It's embarrassing no matter what.
Stall here.
Just can't
Tide
lose.
Thrown up. This is going to slow Sen down. And currently, Zelsis is rummaging through the pantry at A, but hasn't found a whole lot at all.
At the very least, so he's providing information for the rest of Sen that there's no one actually pressed up.
Thank you for
He's
the
given
one
the rest of
gifted.
team
The fuck we gonna
a
do
good
with one
amount of
gifted, bro?
space
Hold
they
that
can
shit.
just run up to, go into this side hit, where for the first time, they don't have to contend with 3 or 4 players. Not like it's mattered in the past.
Well, just be
The
honest.
crew are always stacked up here.
What?
but This is the
Can't
first
be
time
honest
we're
no
really
more?
just gonna get this
You want me to
thing
lie?
free
Thanks for the
and
one
play
gifted, bro.
house
Zelsis
Let's
has
fucking
given
go, dude.
Sentinels a good
Hell
staging
yeah, bro.
ground by
One
clearing
gifted.
a lot of the
Woo!
front part of this site.
What? That's what you want?
This crew want to flood in. Time is dwindling so low. 15 seconds. Sen haven't even tapped the spike yet, and all the crew are stacked up.
Okay, oh, that's nasty. Narrate gonna be caught by the shock dart. John gonna try and get this
No,
drive
chill,
down now.
chill.
Scant seconds left in the round. It's him and Zelsis against the world. Mazzino gets
We're
plugged.
losing because of you
Zelsis has
guys.
to make it happen. V3 here, and he's
It's my fault. It's my fault. Thank you for the one gifted, bro. You're right. That's my bad.
Crew get back within 1 round.
I love how crew played that, and I think perhaps this is a moment where a little light bulb goes off in their heads like, wait a second, we can just play
It's
this.
just
for
a
fun. We don't
joke,
have to
man.
try to
If you
anchor
guys
this
can take
as
a dick
crazy
the
as
same way you
happened.
take
That
a
has
joke,
not
we'd be
been working
fine.
out for us. There they do it
It's
because
like the other way
it's
around.
textbook to play like that.
Take a
in
joke the same way you take a
5 versus
dick.
4, especially given that the time got horrifically low.
I fucked that up too.
But I wouldn't be surprised
All right,
if
chill,
we start
chill,
to see
chill.
this crew team take that approach now on A.
And who better to have flood into a site like this? This is Crew's bread and butter.
And you've got all that harbor util to cut off a lot of the post plan angles, very effective there.
Oh,
What a
chill,
stall out of
chill,
B because you're not all
chill,
committing
chill.
to A with Kes the
Everyone
only
chill.
player of B.
We're making it
Now,
worse.
Speaking of, they
I'm
mixed
just not
up the
gonna
setup,
talk.
and now he's
Words are
taking his
bad.
operator over to A, peering over towards Belt.
Not on top of Jen.
John
though,
is
so
one
Kesnet
off
does
KO
respect
ults.
the L drone to not. Okay, well, as I say that, does head there.
The respect.
Had an idea and then I threw it out. All right, narrate. Okay, does see his opposite number there, and Adverso is pinged. So now we're at the front of the side again. Sen knocking on the door.
Oh,
Shot for Kesnet goes a little
stop
wild.
it.
He had to get away from this now and allow
Left
for a
KO
flood.
ults.
So again, Crew are looking for one of those signature floods. This time, the shock dart won't claim narrate's life.
Nice.
They
Nice.
could have flooded in. Zekin is too
Nice.
short.
Up trap dash.
That is
Yes.
filthy. 3 for Zekin now at null command.
Ace. 1 bullet. Hit it.
Kesnet left now. And
Yes. Yes.
There is
Yes.
your power ace, folks.
Oh my God.
Remember,
He hit it.
the first ace of each week. We're giving away a PC over at Ivo Power. Hashtag unlock your ace at Ivo
My
Power on
God,
socials.
that was sick.
Oh, buddy.
That was awesome.
What an energizer.
That was
well and truly
awesome.
back in the server. Oh, look at this.
That was
devious licks here,
awesome.
that 3-piece.
No, and he said, let me just do something a little extra with the dash into the ADS.
Oh my God.
Let me just give something to the crowd real quick. Something right. Twinkle toes. Didn't even
Bro,
smile.
this is the
Didn't even
thumbs up,
grin,
dude.
Not even a little
Bro, this is
smirk.
the
No
side thumbs
adjustment. Just kind of stared at the cam like after Lillard hit that 3-pointer in the playoffs. Just looked right at the camera, stone face.
All right, are we loosened up now, Sen City? Oh, okay. Far from done, just above the wall. Kesnet spotted, head goes rolling. Couldn't ask for a much better plant than that. Already taking the jet out of the game, and the guns are not good for Crew.
Bang him. Bang. Throw the flash. Throw the flash. I'm peeking.
John is just ready to
Throw the
up
flash. I'm
top
fucking
flash
peeking, bro. I'm in the zone. I
on
don't know how
spike
long I'll be
tap.
here.
Rest of the Sen players swing off.
Me
it.
and my
No,
ranked
never mind, let's
games.
just-
I'm feeling it. Let me peek.
So what if we just
Sage,
do
follow
that?
me.
Gonna blow up some steam at some point here.
Nice.
Here comes Zekin round the corner. It's Melzer. Gets lobotomized. However, the numbers are even after Adverso was able to deal with John here, but Bang will wait. Through the high tide he goes, and he connects beautifully. What a correction!
Good job.
Ooh, buddy. Clean as a whistle with the spray transfer.
Lobotomized. Is that what he
was
said?
Elsa saying on the hot mic? Something about, oh, we're waking up. Something along those lines, right? They got their beauty sleep on Lotus. Looking like a bit of a different team here right now on Icebox Attack.
Come on, baby.
They're woken up the crowd as well. Feels like the oxygen has re-entered the room. Look at this. With that.
Remaining.
Okay.
Getting whippy with it. Whippy mention?
And again, moments like that, they just look to try and fight. They say, okay, we have
Where?
the advantage here. Just dirty Blade Storm play for Zekin, and what a time for him to come alive after a bit of a lackluster first map.
KJ ult will have max value now?
Recons exchanged over towards A.
True.
Sen have been
Unless We have KJ Molly, Viper Molly, and KO
All the
Molly
space
on the
pushed up
KJ
per
ults.
second is at right
Triple
now,
lineups.
where you're in prime position to just hit that execute.
Does Tarek even play the game
Really
anymore?
haven't
All he
tried to
does is watch.
contend
It's like he's an
forward very
AMC
much. Part of
franchise.
that being the fact that Kesnet is constantly opping. So over on A, they're just set up to anchor the sights heavy, and that has not found them any success.
They have never come past 410 on defense on this side. And yeah, constantly flooding to try and retake. And again, second who gets
What
beautifully
does that mean?
embedded
I don't
under
know. Just fucking
rafters
tech
at the
W,
back
bro.
of A. It just
You
seems
put a lot
like
of thought into
dangerous
it.
proposition.
Fuck it.
Over towards B seems to be the look now. Zelsa's going to take note, of course, on Nano Swarm that he skillfully circumvents.
Spike planted.
Sen can fall back now towards these positions, towards yellow.
Dallas, you are on an island. Get out of there.
Looking for, yeah,
Well,
there it is. Arbor have the
where are you
lockdown as well,
going?
and Zelsis exposed.
Oh, no.
That's dirty work. Okay, Mazina's able to find one under tube, and here come a full 5 of crew.
They have a
John has to keep moving
KJ
here, of
ult.
course, but the Harbor ultimate has now expired. Narrates, okay. Great recovery there, and okay. Big damage
Now
on the
what?
second. Pinged out, has to fold away. It's all up to John QT.
Damn
Spraying
it.
is good, but
Wait,
Shai
what was our
waiting
plan
for
to
him.
deal with the KJ
A
ults?
lively first half, genuinely
We didn't
competitive
have a
stuff here.
plan, and
Sen
sometimes
get
that's the best
themselves
plan.
A little ahead, stretch those legs, but good to see crew in these post plants, these floods.
Go through mid and fight it as one guy, though.
Biding the time with the big ultimates to come in for that retake, doubling up on them. That was
Is 7
well done,
enough,
but
chat?
Sen, despite it being 7-5, honestly, I don't think the scoreline illustrates how much it feels like they've been in control of this half, running over the A site as they please. Really only a couple rounds.
We need
here
pistol
where
and the next
B
rounds?
didn't go their way. But when Kesnet
Is Icebox attack sided or defense sided?
Man advantage flood towards A, but I gotta say, it feels like Sen are in control at the moment.
Yeah, unconvincing defensive odd play perhaps there.
Attack,
from Crew.
no?
Spike Kesnet looking very good this game. We're going to go to a quick break, folks. When we come back, a 7-5 half with Sentinels in the lead in a must-win map in this series for them. Don't go too far.
Cheese and crackers, brother. It's not looking all that great.
Have been able to just get their rounds here and there.
Everyone praise in the fucking chat right now.
You know, if you look at the timeline of the game, they did not do anything they didn't string anything together. It was just, oh, we finally got one. And then they get another one a couple rounds later, and it's resulted in 5, you know?
Narrate, you son of a bitch, you better back up right now.
But Sen have looked really fantastic on this map.
Lovingly.
After we had question marks about the level they'd be playing this, it wasn't their best
Respectfully.
in the past.
Better back that ass up.
Much better at the moment.
And his double controller util is going to let Crew just
5v5
completely
retake.
cut this side off and basically force flood retakes out of Sentinels unless they want to anchor and play aggressively in the site, which feels like a risky proposition against a team.
Oh my
like
God,
Crew
Kesnet push.
hungers for those opportunities.
Don't push, Kesnet!
Yeah, I mean, a hungry Kesnet is going forward to take that initial first duel, finds the kill. Another setting up 5 versus 4 on the site. Crew want to play crossfires.
Here comes Sentinels. Remember, this KO util, this flash
We
is going
lost.
to be huge.
We lost.
Get
We
Sentinels
lost.
into this
We
side.
lost.
Zekken opens things up beautifully, though. Melso waiting under rafters, but Zekken, he doesn't miss those. Kesnet a little bit low, and Bang likely to challenge him as his wall drops. How quick can you be on the uptake? Kesnet finds his one. Frenzy goes to work on Zekin though. It's up to Narrate versus Kesnet. Narrate needs a moment, needs a little bit of confidence boost.
It was on him! It was on him! I saw it!
And walks out of the round with a cheeky fall.
Miss?
Both duelists are really just turning up right now. Kesnet and Zekin both. But I love the crew were able to press forward in the site while getting the spike down. Kesnet finds this kill, all right, bet. And then they go back after that. Just set up the crossfires in sight together. Play to the fact that you have that man advantage 5 versus 4. And mathematically, you can just trade that down and win from there. That's literally exactly
it feels
what
like
they
he's
do.
so.
They're down to one
I feel like they're tilting Narrate, dude.
And look,
they're just bullying Narrate on the side of the desk.
It's like his beard hunting.
It feels like the whole team is just yelling at Narrate. He's alone over there.
You can't be doing that too.
Okay.
You can't be doing that too.
I have big forehead privilege. I'll have you know. I get it. So
Look, but Narrate is such a good player. Why is he not showing it?
Likely to try and give it
I know
up
he's
here, right?
good.
Because they're worried about like all this controller util just forcing them off the side entirely.
Bang looks a little silly there, but I think a pop flash came up from John Cutie that he was, you know, had his back facing where he was landing and goes down in silly fashion.
Hey, investment in the Marshal this round for Sentinels is just a little anemic, of course. They lack the weaponry to make much of this round. Kesnet and Shy armored up and also with rifles to work with. Zelsis with his favorite weapon.
They have opted for a pretty big investment here, which is, you know, juxtaposed to the same situation on Lotus where they just had a couple weak pistols. Zekin is happy to do
There it is, like
damage,
when a boss
especially
becomes a playable character.
They invested heavy into this crew.
You shut your mouth and you shut it right now.
This, though, with those 2 rifles in tow comfortably. Sentinels look to challenge, but Melsa will be left behind. Still with Zelsis now and Zekin, just hoping he can dig someone out of position. It's unlikely, and of course at this point, the odds of taking anything out of the round are 0 to none. And crew, with that pistol win, have even up the game.
Okay, what do we do, chat? What do we do? What do we do?
To full commit to a buy here around the rifles that they've got, or just play with those 3 and then
7-7.
2 weak weapons so they can ensure a full in the next. Again, to see what they opt to do. They want to play it riskier or a little bit safer.
We look fucking. Just fuck, because now it's defense.
I do think like these 2 teams.
I think we need an op.
Look to play
we need
very
an
differently
op.
to one another.
We need
on
Zekin to solo
just
op
because
B
of, double
and play
initiator,
3A.
double controller comps.
That's what we need. I'm making the
like
call.
Every time we watch this crew team at the moment.
Oh god, it's gonna be an A simulator all half. Watch.
Oh, I don't know about this.
They're gonna go A all half.
And then the next half, they look like the most perfect Valorant team that you've ever seen, which is exactly what happened on Lotus. And now I'm looking to see if that's going to be the case here on Icebox.
See, Sam, this group up here, they just do not want to be caught off the side.
Really good dagger.
Recon though.
Holy fuck.
Spotting John out, he sees 4, so pretty clear to Sentinels what the intent is for crew here.
I suggest you move.
Okay, here's that reckoning. Now the defenders have to get moving. There's a bit of a gap here that Bang can occupy.
Good molly.
Crew are going to try and hit this hard now through
Bang's
all of this
in.
control
Nice
until
Bang.
Kesnet over the top, caught by Bang though.
Nice Bang.
He's out of range of that Harbor ultimate.
Nice
He's find
Zelican.
himself a couple. Zekin follows up
Give me
nicely,
2.
finds the 1-for-1. It's Shy and Mizzino now.
Wait, what?
Well,
Give
a
me
bit of heavy
2.
lifting to do. With Narrate falling though, they've at least been able to even the odds in that cove. John has to swing wider to take the
1v1.
fight. Audaciously, Mizzino goes for it, falls.
Oh,
It's up to
Celsius.
Shy. Can he? So cunning. Has the post plan as the KJ duel will decide the round. Nasty work. Ain't nothing like a Shy guy. Crew, get ahead.
Super shy. Super shy.
He
Fuck!
is just too good. He's too consistent in those situations. We have seen this Looks like crew just want to keep it
Bro, play
simple.
the theme
Make that
song on
space
us.
towards A, where you can use that harbor utility, the cascade specifically,
No,
to just
bro, this is not
get
good
forward
news.
into prime
I don't
position
know.
where you can activate the execute.
I don't know. We have to believe though, right?
For the site.
Dana Raids, trigger discipline, works against him. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Again, the weaponry's
this moment, that's a...
I don't know if that's the answer, but...
lethal first click onto Shy.
Not much to see here, though.
Guys,
again.
okay, we need a timeout and we need a fucking spanking,
on the
dude.
other side of it. Zekken says, right, well, there's a weapon to be gained here.
I think we can. I think actually we should have Zekken play A. I think we should have Zekken play A because we need some gunners on A.
They're confident enough just to hit the site. Very airtight protocols with that controller util. They waltz on in and take what's theirs. Indeed.
I think they should play on A. Zekken.
Much like the beginning of Lotus, feels like Sen
we need Zekken to kill them.
So much right. Crew are making some silly mistakes, throwing situations away, and then suddenly they just capture that lightning in a bottle, and they're right back in the lead.
Timeout Sentinels.
4 together in a row, the most rounds they've strung together in a row on this map. They've been hanging on by a thread throughout that first half, constantly on the verge of being ecoed, somehow getting to 5. And now they're getting in position to win this game. I really can't believe it.
This time Sentinels, though, with the luxury of actually having timeouts available in the second half of a map. So now, Kaplan able to address the team. I do think that there's definitely an inflection point in this round. Sen have a gun round at their fingertips, and they're a little far away from, you know, that sort of null command and those key ultimates that can really disrupt. So this is definitely going to be a round they have to win off the back of great fundamentals.
What's the strat?
Whereas for Crew, you've got to be a little wary, of course, of that lockdown looming to clear that A side if they want to hit it hard. I mean, God, get in there with a lockdown, then set that controller util up post-plant. Sen having to flood into that.
It might be a do or die round, actually.
And on this map, compared to Lotus, I'll tell you, Kaplan is relieved that he has some timeouts late in the game. That was their undoing. He needed to use both of them to stay in it earlier on, find some advantages for the team when we were on Lotus.
They're not making strats and discussing what to eat tonight? Nah, chill.
He's been so influential on the success of this roster over the last
year.
Zekken
was responsible for 100% of Sentinel's first bloods in the first half. That's not helping right now.
That is a crazy stat. Zekken 5 for 5 on
Zekken, go kill, please. We're begging you.
They're not like using a solo WAP, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's maybe more.
I mean, Nere's on 11 too. It felt like
Zekken's in there
he's
with a
struggling,
rifle.
but he's really not.
It's huge for their first half. Where is he though in the second half?
I mean, I guess kills don't say everything, but
this early A
this Molly fucked him up.
I like this though.
You're getting damaged up by that nano swarm, but
regen shield did work, flashing him over pipe. Here's Zekken almost fully committed. Tucks in this corner now. Crew don't have the timing to shake him out. Here's that lockdown though. A little early shenanigans.
Good shock damage though on the first shot.
Will persist by the looks of things.
They gonna swarm?
Sen have been forced out. The question is, do they just want to flood back in right now on the spike tap?
Yeah, maybe go quickly, right? But there's a high tide already in play. Sen respect this.
No, we can't go in.
They're going to try and wrap around the backside, though, with this Killjoy. It doesn't look like Zelsis is looking for a flank.
God.
And that is one of the difficulties of playing against this harbor.
They're playing close.
You can't flood in when all those walls are up.
Kesnet might be cleared from that position by the fragment. Well placed there by John, but Mel's is still in Crow's Nest. Litho on the side. He's the only player there. Crew actually pull off the side itself and play from behind this toxic screen. And there's Kesnet, a double spray down. That's not what you want to see if you're a Sen fan. Messino sneaks away. Now Sen have to show a little bit of leg, have to wager something to get this defuse, and it's going to be a 2v1. A must-win round for Sentinels after that timeout.
Man. This fucking map sucks.
He has to saunter
map
away,
sucks in pro
tail
play.
between his legs. And that's Crew extending
Actual
their lead
dog
to
shit map in pro play.
And the left-hand side, they're back at it again, giving you one questionable half into
the A simulator, bro. You can't hold the site.
Fantastic now on the A side, which was the story for Sen when they were on attack. The difference being how they play with the harbor. That being the difference in their comps here. You know, I mentioned it during that round, but the way that
anyone can take A-bomb site, dude. You take 5 fucking chatters to take an A-bomb site on us.
Actually on the spike, you're forced to push through those additional walls, and the time that it buys then allows Crew to set up these post-plant positions. Great spray down from Kesnet.
Operated this round for Zekken. So finally,
this is going A. Look at this.
Go in this
This
direction.
go A every round, and it
Look
works.
how close he is. Is this going to pay off? Kesnet's going to see. Oh, buddy! Zekken was on the line, and he's able to walk away from this to boot.
He is determined to just will Sen to
you see
win
that?
on this
movement?
map.
With that said,
take it back here, turn. Take it back here,
have a lot
turn.
of map control elsewhere, and they've really never tested B on this attack side. I don't know if that's going to start now, honestly.
Ah, fuck the
Clear
turret.
that turret, of course.
They've slowed things down over towards A. They've cut that noise. They just want to go for a re-hit later on. Again, Narrate is positioned over towards...
His voice is so
and
deep, it
Crew
sounds like he's slowed down. Wyatt?
seemed the best at clearing out. He's had opportunities
Just
for
a nonchalant
kills there
king.
before. You know, and now has multiple players to swing with him.
Okay, Cascade
You're
towards
so
that
funny,
Gen
Terry.
side. This all
Overglaze will
through this
result in a
direction.
ban.
Narrate knows he's going to get busy, but there's also John here to cover the line. Where was John? Oh no!
That was a hard roll. What do you want me to do, bro?
Now,
You want me to stay there and die with you?
numbers. Crew have been allowed to make some serious progress onto the side, but Bang could still be an issue.
Nice
A throw in the
flash.
side. John
Yes, John.
redeems himself there.
Joe, I have
And
left.
some.
I have left.
Leaving it up to
Yes.
Mazzino and Melsa, the latter with 3 already.
He's going up. He's
Only
going
6
up. He's
points of
going up.
health. He has to know there's a player up on Rafty here. A strong wind would blow him over at this point. And 15 seconds left in the round. He, of course, carries the spike, gets that poison on up and gives it a tickle. The second on John floats in. There's a shorty going to work. Zen get a crucial round back, and not a moment too soon, but the money's still ugly.
Ugly, but a round that was more than desperately needed. They would have been
Let's
reduced
go,
to
Sen.
nothing. Crew on
Let's
the
go,
absolute
Sen.
verge of taking this map, taking the series.
What a risk to take, right? In a round that could sort of lose you the game if it goes wrong. Zek just...
That's the kind of
my
play you make when you know
God.
you're him and you need to win the game for your team.
That's
because
crazy.
You are just
Oh
way
my
too
God.
locked in.
It's like the stakes are higher and you're taking more risks.
Absolutely. I mean, that is the kind of player that he is. He is fearless and he is consistent.
Push up, going to be spotted here and there. Of course, is that Nana Swarm.
I do love this adjustment out of the timeout from
They're playing
Kaplan,
more
where he's
aggressive
got
on
the
A.
team playing more proactively towards A, fighting forward, disrupting
Now they're
Crew
going
before
B.
they can set up to go for the executes.
They're gonna
Find
fake B
timings
and
to
go
get
A.
kills while they're in the setup
Well, Zek
stage.
can
They
rotate.
tried to do that prior. I really like the adjustment, and it's paid off so far.
What would the reaction be here for Bang? Does he think about making use of this Viper's Pit if he gets enough of reason to? Well, take for Reverso, getting very close to Hunter's Fury.
Gotta go back and get the ult? I think there's an orb on A still.
A probe at B. No commitment yet as Crew
We're gonna
still
dagger
have
soon.
Kesnet
John has
set up
dagger,
over towards
right?
Pikes
He's gonna
here.
dagger soon?
Zekin is locked in, looking towards Belt. The operator at A here.
Dagger when I tell you. 3,
No outro to force him off the line yet.
1.
Reverso having used that a little bit earlier.
Dagger.
You two should come back around.
Senna just hoping right now that on this hit, Zekin can
There
find
it is.
his, and then
Big
set up
dagger.
a 5 versus
4.
4. Retake doesn't have an opportunity. Too much
Revolt.
obscures vision. Wow, early.
Nice,
Hunter's
Narrate.
Fury, and it connects onto Melser.
That's big. Give that player
Nice
advantage.
tag.
Narrate ready for a little bit more here. Getting those tags in. Averso goes quite low, but John gets knocked inside that null command. Kesnet is him. Hits the back of the
No,
side.
he got
Timer
flanked. He
plenty
couldn't-
here to go for a plant, but Zelsis might have been looking to line up some util. It doesn't matter. Narrate finds yet another one, though. That is big, and it's up to Mazzino. Might be... Oh, my goodness, that ain't right! The Red Bull clutch out of nowhere. Mazzino produces the golden rabbit from the hat. That is sickening.
On this map, it's just felt like there's Mazzino,
No
Zekin,
way, brother. No fucking
and everybody
way,
else.
Clutch.
This is the second
Kesnet's had his
time this
moments,
game,
but these two
brother.
players have been lights out for their respective sides. Mazzino today has been different. This is easily his best series of 2025 so far.
That's
It
the
is
second
not
time
even
today,
close. He
brother.
has come up with 2 mad clutches. I really liked the aggression that both teams were playing with there. That like furious fight from Crew backside after they had lost a player to the Hunter's Fury. They said, no, we're still playing this forward. We're going to fight together. And they were bringing things back until Sen
Fuck,
came in.
we needed
with
that
some
round
excellent
so
trades of their
bad.
own.
I mean, Hunter's Fury gets a kill for Narrate straight away. John comes into the site with null command active, downed instantly, and they have a 3v1. And Mazzino just dismantles it systematically. That is going to take the wind out of your sails. And I don't know if Zekin has another ace up his sleeve he can just produce on a dime here.
Mazzino has kept Crew in this game. And not just kept them in the game, he's gotten them into the damn lead. He had that clutch in the first half where Crew were not looking very good. And now the second that Sen seemed to be coming back out of a prior Kaplan timeout, adjusting their play, he just shuts them right back down, puts them now on the precipice of getting ecoed. This is a round worth 2 for Crew. This one round here could result in them beating Sen for the first time since Champs 2021. They haven't even beat Sen on a map since then.
And they've got so many ultimates here to work with. The Hunter's Fury's up for Reverso here. Post plant, of course, with that Viper's Pit could be the death sentence for Sentinels.
Scan 3.
3 spotted out though by John. A lot of info about this early probe from Crew towards B.
I cannot use that.
Who have prior shown essentially no desire to go towards this B site, but now can use that cascade to get some presence in main and then use that drone to explore even further.
Second's gonna fight for this. Here's the tail with active. Does he know who's above him? It doesn't matter. He's gonna be able to get out with it. The Blade Storm does connect. Ends up being a 2-for-1. Crew here, really want to push the issue. They're not sure though about committing the spike. It's Mazzino being a little bit careful about this.
They only have Harbor Util for walls.
The problem is now the
poison
walls. The walls are going to drop. And so Crew are vulnerable to multiple sightlines. Cascade will obscure any view from Snowman, but no Sen players are even there. Now that the cloud is up, some safety for Mazzino. Narrate swinging from the top.
Oh, buddy. That's rough for Zelsis, but he only had a stinger to work with. Reckoning now in play. Kenton suppressed, brings him and finds yet another one that evens the odds here. Shy's a little bit low, but Mazzino can play off this. Cove active. Verso went down with Hunter's Fury. Bang trying to get active here, but of course they need to get through this high tide. Swing it together, see what they can find. Nothing to be spotted, and now the Viper's pit comes down. Bang takes a little bit of damage through the wall, but Sentinel's going to make use of this. They get ahead, clear the turret that Shy tried to place to spot them out early. Shy's going to go for it. 4-1, not a big difference anyway. And now Bang tries to get the defuse. Mazzino with the spray, gets it to half. Mazzino got to step up, and he completes the contract.
You're kidding me!
Crew, head to match point. And that's the round that was
We can't win a fucking
How
clutch!
does Sen come back from this?
3 for 3 on clutches. Mazzino is just on a totally different level today.
Dude, he's 3 clutches!
He is
1v4,
actually
1v3,
him,
1v2?
but Kesnet, credit has to be given.
Oh
what on
my
earth was that
God,
first
it's
night?
so
And then even
tilting.
at that later, he was in a position where there were 3 players who could have potentially shot onto him, and he somehow finds another 1 for 2. Gives his other players a fighting chance.
Sen have cobbled together everything they can. This is the team that win a singular map in Bangkok, and they come back to NA, and they look like they took their anger out on 100 Thieves. Looked like they were poised to become a top team in NA again, but this, a Crew-sized roadblock has caused them to stumble.
They're going B,
And they're on the brink of getting swept in this series.
Unfortunately, after that strong week 1 showing, they've ran into this Crew team who we know at any given moment have a litany of players that can take over the server. Back in kickoff, it was Shy, it was Melser, Kesnet had a couple games. Today, it has been Mazzino number 1, Kesnet number 2. Both of them have been exceptional. Sen have not been able to stop them despite Zekin's best efforts. It's going to require heroics on a bad buy from them.
But this is going to be an extremely hard retake.
Against a pit
They have
at
KJ
that.
And Crew can fall back to the edges of this pit, back towards
They
yellow
don't
with
have
this
really
long
anything to break
sidelines.
it. Yes, they do. They have
Kesnet gets a
Soul
1-for-1 here.
Never
He's
mind.
happy.
And with a long
And they have
sight line,
alert.
they have a Hunter's Fury to play with as well.
Kesnet has heard this. He knows that Narrate just dropped there. Hunter's Fury coming down from a Verso
Never
now.
mind, it's
Elsa
over.
deals with Zelsis. Kesnet, he's going to get through mid because Narrate has vacated the zone of activity for the turrets. And there goes Bang. The pit comes down and Mazzino drops
again.
it. It's all about Mazzino today, folks. Make no mistake. Crew deal a mortal blow to Sand City. Looking to ascend again the greatness. This team has been cooking. And they bring us an old classic on Icebox.
Dude, we lost like
Sends
4 clutches
Sentinels
on
to the
Icebox.
Shadow Realm.
Back on Lotus, they adjusted to the
1v4,
meta. Kesnet
a 1v3, and a
picking
1v2?
up to this Yoru like he's been playing it every day for years. He looks like a damn one-trick when he's on the
one guy.
action. He is sick on that roll. That comes over the Icebox, tried and true Jet. So many first bloods for him. 8, matter of fact. He had 8 first bloods. And then Mazzino was there to close everything out. He has the clutch DNA today. What a player.
And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm getting deja vu to stage 1
Damn,
last
bro.
year where Crew goes and wins 5 games in a row, becomes one of the top teams in Americas. This
Those
is
are
a great
important
start.
games.
I mean, what a notch in your belt to take Sentinels down.
SMH. If they were back
before falling over.
The initiative. Or
not
really
you have
aggressing
to.
into
You
this.
can't miss it.
Surprisingly so.
Yeah, and I wonder what the key would have been to actually
All right,
jump the gun
NRG
there
Furia.
and want to commit more bodies, but
Who's gonna
Nevertheless, it
fumble
is a
the
good
fucking
lead from the
ball?
side of NRG. They have 3 players anchored towards here. A lot of utility behind this as well. Neon Stun.
I mean,
still
low
there
key
in the
Fury
hands of
are
Mata.
ass. I'm not gonna lie.
You imagine whatever contact is
They
made,
really
you can use
are.
that either on the door or the
I
choke.
think they are.
Brock getting spotted on jump spot, taking a little bit of damage. Havoc crept
Right?
forward a fair amount.
You guys
but much
agree,
like you
though.
were saying earlier,
You guys
Dre,
will
it felt
agree.
like it's just been a lot of yellow light for NRG. They have not pulled the
That was a
trigger
decent
yet.
game against G2. They did good on one half.
Coming up shortly.
I think it was on this map actually, right? Wasn't there attack insane?
Through and a split towards B, a lot in the shoulders
Oh,
of Sam here. He will be
no,
the
my
first to fall at the hands
tripper.
of Heat. The site is all furious.
Now it's all a retake right now, and it's so slow. Look at how much space is
Wait,
being
they're going
gathered.
C.
Actually, they're pivoting again towards
Wasn't
C.
versus
But they're putting in
G2
all
on
of that
attack
vice
Lotus?
utility. One thorn has been popped. The flash has already been cleared. There's still one to play around. Again, he in
Wow.
position to continue to play spoiler. And
What?
that's what he does. 3 on
It
the round
was,
for
right?
the Clove.
It was 8-0 on this map.
And a rough pistol
So
for
NRG
NRG.
picked this map.
The pseudo duelist and Brock, yeah, he gets one.
He got
but
fucking owned.
It's cleaned up by Furia, manipulating the rotations of NRG.
Don't take back what
on
I
their
said?
defensive
Nah.
side. And this is just so impressive because when you think about Fury, when we watched
But they
them
could
last,
win, though.
it was
Fuck, I
kinda
don't
just,
know.
okay, we're
It's
just gonna
impossible to
use our
predict.
mechanical talent.
I just
But
don't
to
know why
see the way
NRG is
that
not
they just
NRG.
ran around NRG on this pistol round just shows that they have been prepped for this matchup.
Yeah, I think it's one of the luxuries that a map like Lotus allows you, right? You
Yeah.
can go ahead and make it look like you're hitting B after
Like,
you've
on
taken all the
paper,
same
NRG is
space
a
and
top
end up
3
C,
teams
but
in
then you're
NA.
so far ahead of the
Right? On
defensive
paper?
rotation. It's
Would we
just-
agree about that?
It's pretty easy at that point. We'll see if Fury can capitalize on that success they found in the pistol round.
On a
3
piece of
Bulldogs
paper.
and a Stinger.
Yeah, NRG
Oh.
right now just trying to get some type of value, and it will be that orb
Top 5?
that I believe is gathered onto
On
Brock.
paper?
Getting ever so closer to that Tejo ultimate. And there's not much you can really do here when your weaponry is just so out of the league.
On paper? Not even on
I mean,
paper?
maybe you can catch out Heat here, but he's just sitting there with a ghost. We saw how sharp
You
his
guys
shots
really
were.
think NRG is like dog shit? What the fuck? I thought you guys were fucking with me. I mean, I know they're playing bad, but they
So
shouldn't be
far.
bad. They should be good.
Sam and Finesse have done enough delaying here that it allowed
Am I
Fury to
deluded?
run into the stack of NRG.
Maybe I'm
but,
deluded.
I mean, he's going for more right now. He's overhealed.
I mean, they've got to tuck tail and run away. You look at the health bars on a couple members of NRG, and there's not much there. So Havoc now pushing the pace, sliding through. Brock dealt with. Ethan will
Eco
fall
round, everyone
too.
chill.
And now it's just full sails ahead towards
I
end.
know they haven't won shit, but
And
like,
awesome anti-eco from
I
Fury.
just
not
have
walking into
fake
any of these
hope in
traps,
them.
and
I don't know. I guess
he's getting close to that Clove ultimate. He's picking up another.
They have been
3K.
playing bad, it's
That's
true.
Back-to-back rounds. Sam. I mean, probably wanting to drop to the spike.
I guess I'm just stuck in the
around here. I mean, if
past.
he can
I'm just
get
stuck in the past too much.
An actual bulldog out of one
It's
of the
my
members of
skill
Fury,
as
that
well.
would be more
I
than
queue up
ideal.
ranked. I think I would be number 1.
But so far,
then I end up with
Fury,
Jet
it
8
looked like they've
frags.
been
1
dealing
first
with
blood.
The pressure of this Tejo
8 frags,
breach
1
on
first
the
blood.
defensive
We
side
lost
really well. It's
13-5.
Still really early on though.
I'm
We'll see
just
when
deluded.
The guns go in more of a balanced favor.
Yeah, this is about where, you know, this is where we expect.
And I have 8
If
kills
things
and
are
3 of them
gonna
were on
turn,
first
they're
pistol.
gonna start to turn
I got
right
5
now,
kills the
now
rest of
that
the
NRG
game.
have guns and
But who's counting?
again, maybe a little bit more equal.
The viewers
footing,
are.
there
That's
will
who's
be a bonus
counting.
for the
They
attacking
count
side.
every
We take a
kill.
Look at this positioning again from Heat, who I've lost count of how many kills he has so far, but he's been on an insane start.
And it's the same story.
I'm going back to
as
LA next week.
You're starting
My
against G2.
Valorant
They
ranked
started
Q
off strong,
arc
and they also
will
won the
resume.
bonus. They cooked up a fast B hit. So now is
Am I
around the time
excited?
where maybe we're going
If
to see
I play
Fury
good,
try to
yeah.
do something a little bit cheeky here. Try to
Nah,
just full send
there's
it,
like
catch
there's some
NRG
fun
off
to
guard.
it. The grind of Valorant ranked,
Two members, Heat,
like
one
the
away
ups
from
and the
his ult.
downs. There's a thrill to be had.
Lots of presence
Oh,
towards C.
some?
That's a great start for NRG.
Good spam kill.
Great opener onto Havoc. That Neon being dead, that's a lot of that aggression that can catch you off guard already out of the mix.
Like Immortal Arc.
little bit
If I don't
closer to
hit
his
Radiant,
ult.
I'll go bald.
If you decide to commit C, you're going to have to reckon with all the
But you have to give me
utility,
time to like hit it though.
courtesy of Finesse.
And it's so far back too. So
Bro,
if you
Radiant
can't
is free, bro. What are we talking about
break it
here?
or anything, you're kind of exposed.
Radiant is free.
In the open, everything right now.
If you're
though, is
not
just a
Radiant,
distraction. If he can get
you're
activated in
ass.
front B,
That's
and
the
he can
truth,
find a
bro.
timing somehow. That's Furious chance to bring
That's the
this round
truth,
back.
bro. Maybe I'm talking a big game. I know I'm ass too, but
The
like,
success that
I mean,
he
I think
found
that's
in
the
the
truth,
pistol
bro.
was mainly off
That's
of
the
people
truth.
rotating through his space.
I'm ass too. Don't get me wrong.
Abound on whether or not he's going to be the one to take the initiative or play it slowly.
Yeah, and he smokes off Ethan here. That makes Brock have to rotate.
They're just forcing the issue here.
40. Seconds
What's
left,
up,
a little
J-Name?
bit more than that.
I get boosted by pros?
Look at the proactivity on the map right now.
Actually, I'd be boosting the pro. Not chill.
But the Heat's here waiting.
I haven't played in a while. I don't know why I'm talking a big game.
Seems like B is open. A smoke goes through. Sam gets a kill as the door goes up. 2 members down for Furia.
Yeah, now, I mean, you kind of have to make something happen. You need
Let's be
some
real,
magic
guys. Some of these pros,
to
are they
decide
really
if you're
pro?
Cries.
Like, come
Get
on.
a lot of collab kills
Are
with
they
that Phantom
really
before
pro?
Now, just sitting on a bulldog.
High low on the other
Or
side.
are they pro by association?
On the opposite side of the
Are they pro
flash.
by association? Flawless!
And that's as smooth and as easy as it'll get. NRG get on the board as Sam gets 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I got my nails done today. You want to see some pics? Tweet them to me. Tweet them to me. I'll take a look. You got a mani or a petty? If it's a petty, I don't want to see your feet.
Fortified and not giving
Actually,
Heat that
fuck
time
it. Tweet it
of day,
either way.
Ethan. Not dropping
We'll take a
there
look.
at that baby door area.
We'll take a look.
It just allowed for an easy cleanup in that round, and now Furia.
Wait, Sam is shaking his head.
Sen City.
Sen City.
Wait a second.
Wait, what? That's
Hang
wait.
on.
Now Furia are
I
going
know, I'm
back
fasting,
to what
but
looked
like-
like their pistol round, where they're going to be taking
What's
a lot of that
happening?
A
Are we-
control.
what are we-
The only
wait, what?
difference here is that normally Heat's on the opposite side of the map, controlling that
Who
space,
are we
giving
watching right
information
now?
to his team,
Is
trying to
Sam
cut
joining
off those
Sentinels?
rotations.
Imagine
So
Sam
maybe
on
this is a
Sentinels?
full commit, maybe a hard read onto
Nah,
his setup
chill.
that Energy's going to do.
Nah, chill.
Then
Imagine.
finesse here. I mean,
Chill.
the cool thing about him being on Vice is there's so much utility to delay with. I mean,
Sam
those
to
thorns,
Sentinels leaked?
It's the best delay ability right now in the game, I would say.
And then you put that on top of Dejo Salvos.
Wait,
and you
someone
put that on
photoshopped
top
Sam
of
in a Sen
breach
jersey. Let me see how he
stuns, and you're
looks.
right. I mean, utility reigns supreme in the era of Valorant
All right, finesse.
we find ourselves in.
Bada?
And he will fall. There
Finesse
you see
is
some of that delay
getting
already.
off. Good.
And FNS is just going to get out here, just control some of that space all the way in the back, wait for the rotations to
Are
come
they
in.
even committing
Sam
here?
is so far away still.
What are Furia doing? Are
He's
they
so
mollied?
worried about Heat. Oh,
Ethan's
he got
back
taken
in.
out.
Reaggress. What?
2 big kills out from Rafa.
Down A.
Yeah, Finesse is on the trade, but now numbers are equalized, and Sam has no opportunity, no ability to
I got
play it
flamed!
towards C.
Who's
He's
watching
got
my
rotate A.
heaven?
Oh, the problem
What?
is they're going to be able to play around Heat's smokes from this position. Brock close by. The spike now
No
down.
ears is crazy. He walked.
Again, numbers away the attack.
Someone
Salvo
said
just
no
comes up for the
ears.
Dejol. And Sam
2v3
folks loves to
retake.
play around.
Nope.
Instantly drop
Ooh!
really nice shots out of
Sen
controller.
City!
Heater onto Havoc. And now Sam creeping closer. Has to wait for just a little bit longer. The
Rated.
paranoia is on the mark, but wrong. On the
Oh,
swing.
the block the gun!
Khalil cleans it up.
Wait,
The
that's a
1v1
big win
goes
for
away of
Furia. That's a big win
Much
for
like the series
Furia.
against Cloud9.
Imagine he hits that shot.
Numbers, they kind of fumble it. They're not expecting the silent walk-up
Furia is
approach.
sponsored by a mayonnaise company. What do we think about that?
Furia have no other choice in that scenario. They're kind of stuck to just the only play here
And
is to
the
walk
lineup,
up and
Rafa.
contact. It's like,
It's sponsored by Hellman's.
it's just crazy that Energy are getting caught off guard in what seems to be another series like this. Furia are now up 3-1.
Now we win.
If they can
Davis, don't at me, bro. Davis, don't at me.
NRG, and the snowball can
You're
be in
just
full
saying
effect.
shit.
And now, a change of pace from the side of Furia. They're just doing a 3-1-1 setup with Heat being the solo. But this one way has caused a lot of problems so far for the side of Furia. Though.
Sponsor's a sponsor?
At that
Is that how
C
it
area,
goes?
A lot of utility now invested.
I mean, it's disrespected now. Dashing through, keep an eye
Havoc?
on Rafa. He has his ult online.
Getting fucking frisky with
As
it.
the orb gets scooped up. Another prize claimed by the attack.
They're pro players because they're getting paid to play the game. You're a pro watcher because you're getting paid to watch the
Reading
game.
into this.
I don't think that hit Sam. That didn't hit Sam. He's going to have plenty of utility to play around as well. The paranoia is great. Havoc has
Ooh,
been
good
set
paranoia.
apart. And
Wait,
now
2 people
Delrin
died.
Trying to rotate back out, yet Heat, who's
You gotta
playing
kill on
towards B.
B.
But look at how early and how proactive NRG are in this rotation.
Wait, Finesse is rotating back to
Starting
A.
get jump
He
on
has the
how
read.
Furia like to play this.
He has the read on this Finesse. I would run to tree. I would run to tree.
Yeah, Finesse already being that solo person towards that A site.
He doesn't know how far they are, but he has a good timing.
Here.
He's going tree. It's like he hears me.
Rotating over, and now it just comes to who
No,
gets
he's
the
not.
better
He's playing
trades,
off
who gets the
angle.
better timings here.
Ethan has stun.
I think they hear him now.
Right, Finesse's gonna get overwhelmed here. He's gonna get swarmed.
Oh, he wanted him to peek tree with the stun.
There's that stun, not finding its mark.
Oh my god.
Heat's in a really good spot.
20 seconds. Is
Depends
he
on How
though?
much further he wants to play this, and of course,
Stun
on the
elbow.
prowl, creeping
Whoa,
forward.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Finesse taking a step back from the fight, having to dodge a little bit more utility.
No,
as
what is
Rafa hunts him
happening?
Down, nipping at its heels.
What is
A third on
happening?
the
What are we
round
doing?
For the initiator,
Oh
and now
no.
the easy part.
Spike planted.
Brock left in a 1v3. Utility to play around.
I mean, brother.
But decides to just go for the gun, finds a target.
This is too
cannot
much for
connect,
Brock.
Spotting the second, and now
Feels
Destroyed
uncomfortable.
Rafa with 4, Furia as well.
Why am I so close to the camera? I'm trying to develop a closer relationship with my viewers.
Where
trying to get more
NRG are just
parasocial.
not ready with the setups that they have to get the trades.
This is the first step.
We're seeing that. We're seeing players get caught off guard. I mean, Finesse, a shoulder was seen there on the actual site.
Through the fire and the flames?
A bit of a blunder here.
Now,
I mean,
Rafa's
it's a
actually
nice
playing really
shot,
good
but
right now.
You have all this utility flooding through. You had the number game as well. Sam got an entry right away. Maybe you don't have to peek that far ahead. You play to your advantage.
Vamos, caralho.
There were just a couple of gaps there. I mean, even seeing
¿Qué
Finesse
hizo,
got that
mano?
site,
That's what I'm saying.
Heaven was not. I mean, there was somebody playing up in Heaven too.
But the trade isn't fast enough.
Right.
Gotta.
There was no trade.
Yeah. There wasn't
I need
even a
more
peek,
words,
so
though.
it's
What
just
else
a
can I
little bit
say?
Off when it comes to the synergy so far for
Fala,
this energy
galera.
squad. And, you know, I think a perfect time for a timeout. Mike's, I mean, he's got to have these players fired up, get them fired up. Remember who they are.
What does
Because you're supposed to
Carhallo
be
mean?
a team that
Carhallo?
has the
Don't know what that
fundamentals
means.
down before anything. And when it comes to playing a setup in a 3v3 like that, when you kind of knew the rotations and you had them choked out,
Chupa mi culo? How's the weather? That's a good one.
gotta be ready for that.
That's a good one for sure.
Take a quick trip down memory lane. You think about all the times Furia and NRG have clashed. Furia is maybe a little early and perhaps a bit foreboding. Furia has never bested
Same joke since 2020?
NRG in a best
It's just
of 3.
weird, J-Man, that you're keeping
4-0
track.
The side of
Like,
NRG.
you know
In
the
fact,
origin of the joke.
the
Like,
maps
what's
go
worse?
8-1
Me repeating
in
it or
favor
you
of
knowing when it
NRG.
started?
They've had Furia's number for the last, what, 2-3 years, however long it's been, but
every iteration
Brains
of
in the
roster.
chat.
yeah,
I
this has
ran.
been an excellent start so far.
Eco
Still
round
plenty of work to be
NRG.
done.
First pause.
A light buy for NRG
Benito.
on the other side of the timeout. What are the adjustments?
God, this round, it's just so difficult. You don't really have
Anything?
the arsenal behind you. Yeah, I mean, you have sheriffs and light armor. I mean, gotta rely on some of that
Oh,
mechanical
he's holding the
skill.
gap angle. It's Mata's angle.
Furia, they
Remember
just
when we
seem
saw
to
that for the first
start off
time?
So sharp.
Mata's angle.
I mean,
ooh.
case in point, Heat.
30.
Back-to-back 3Ks.
Tom, we
to
saw your
game
cape.
Furia.
We saw your
The
cape.
lead that they have now and getting the entry onto this round. No, and the entire map is yours.
Wait, why are Furia low-key working them?
Finesse had no shot there. But I like the way that Furia maneuver on this map, Doug.
Yeah, NRG might
even
actually
just
be
tap the
buns,
door here
dude.
to keep all 3 members of NRG here. Yes, it's only an anti-eco, but the little things really go a long way.
And if you do,
You guys think the fact that the players know
no
that
reason to
Finesse
think that
and
you're not gonna
possibly
have the
some are
same
leaving is affecting them more than we
preparation to
think?
do in the gun rounds and the ones that matter.
And you could
I
really
think
play
myself in that
around with
situation.
I mean,
Yeah, it would
what
affect
if
me,
there's
actually.
firepower behind that? What if
Okay,
NRG
I'm not
now,
gonna lie.
off the top of the door rotate
No
to see
flame.
because of what they've seen in this round?
But personally,
that was an interesting
I
investment.
would probably
Out
just
from Prize
not
to drop the Nightfall. Here in the
play
eco. It's not going to connect
with
onto
people
anyone.
that are gonna like not be
No, he
playing,
secures
you
the
know?
site.
Yeah, and you know, I will say though,
But like,
a part of the downfall. Hold up, Havoc's getting a little active here.
Is
But
it
part of the
Finesse's fault for
downfall of
telling them?
Furia that stopped the momentum in their previous series against G2 was
because like
getting
realistically,
eco.
like as a
So,
player, I don't think
you
I
know
would want to
what?
play with people that are gonna
They're
retire.
like, listen, we gotta secure this round win.
Brock did his best to take one down.
But then you would argue like Finesse should just not tell them. Is that gonna make it
Have it
better?
fall into
Probably.
weapon upgraded
Yeah, it
into
would
the
make
hands
it
of
better because I
Mata.
don't know.
Who's been nothing short of spectacular since joining NRG.
You said-
Quiet start this series up.
Yeah, and what you said, he was like plus 46 on the year, which is
He probably
a
shouldn't have
ridiculous
told them,
stat
chat.
considering NRG went 1
To
and
be
3.
honest,
Kills traded back and forth. He falls. The spike.
like realistically, that was the best thing
Inevitably
Finesse could have done. I don't know if it's
Financial
affecting
damage
them, but I think it might be.
But it seems like
To be
most of
honest,
them
I
are
think it
gonna
might
be
be.
okay to buy it
Like more than we
I
know.
mean, bringing 2 guns back into the mix too to kind of help your own
Sentinels
economy
knew
out.
about
And also
Tenzo.
Ethan getting 2 kills in that round.
Yeah, but it wasn't
He's
like a
one up
whole
that
year
breach
thing.
ultimate
Wasn't it
now,
just
so
one
maybe a
event?
fight towards that
When
A,
he told
secure that
them? Like, this is
ult,
my
or
last
you can
event,
use that
right?
on the retake. The problem is, are you even going to be able to do so when you're just getting contacted and getting one-shotted?
I don't know if it was all year.
It just seemed like Furia.
I think it was just the one event.
Gotten the first blood.
I think he
on
told them at the
every
last
single
event at
round that they've
Champs.
won.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm
only
pretty
round
sure
that
it was
NRG
just
has
the
won
last
so far
event,
was that
which is
spam through
different.
the smoke
It's like
that
our
Sam
last
got.
event. Let's go out with a
And it
bang.
looked clean.
For like 1 year, it's like fuck, bro. I'm gonna be fucking dead at the end of the year, maybe. I don't fucking know.
Spamming smoke again.
Like shit.
Yeah, but the reaction already from Furia, they haven't really finagled with B much, but that smoke, it's gonna make them have to wait a little bit, and now they're clearing that C-bound area out. Very smart rotation.
Easier to go hard for one event, you know?
Remember Ethan's low. You called it out at the beginning of the round.
Volley paranoia, Havoc's fucking
Wall
getting
setting him
owned.
apart once again. Havoc in a position where he's isolated.
These flashes have been really
The rest
good.
of his team.
Good breach
No
hole.
real way to back up. As
Oh, he
Rose's
dead to the
brother
balls
comes
because of the breach
through, Havoc
hole.
falls at the hands of Finesse's utility.
Here's where it all crumbles for NRG.
Why would that bother his
When
teammates?
they're up numbers.
Because
You've got to find a way to secure this advantage.
And they
I don't
have
know.
so
It just
much
doesn't
space on
feel
the
like
map.
the same
Mara's
level
all
of
the way pushed
commitment. I
up
don't
A.
know.
There's only
Like we're
really
not as
one
in it.
spot
I don't
this
know.
Furia team can be.
Yeah, it's C because you're
Like
still
when you team
spotting
up with
outside of
someone-
E. Ethan has his stun back up
I
online
don't
as
know.
well.
It's a little bit deeper than that.
So NRG in a really good position to secure this round, get a second up on the board, but they've got to be able to win these gunfights through. Finesse standing around some of the
Wait a
utility,
minute!
spam through the smoke, 3 on the round for
Good
him.
hold.
And a
I'm
second
not
for
trolling.
NRG.
I'm dead ass.
That's the win condition
Players
for
swap
NRG.
each season anyways.
Playing
Like I
the
said, it's
numbers
just
game,
different
making
circumstances. I think it
Furia
would have been better
have
if
to
you didn't tell
walk
them.
into your crosshair and being ready for it.
But
I
here we
think
are
so much
now.
of
It's
that
fine.
success was
What can we do?
found upon the fact that Mata had taken all of that space A. You were still spotting B as soon as they cut noise and you had
It's like,
everything
oh, we're
else
gonna make
dealt
roster
with.
changes anyway.
You
Like
knew where
whatever.
they were heading.
Yeah, it paints the picture.
Like, that could be a mindset that someone develops.
The power of numbers.
Like, oh, this is just temporary.
In Valorant. As we get in to this next round, Furia, they want a full send at B, Doug. This is a.
If it bothers you, you have a
set.
weak mental. I'm just saying, I don't doubt the possibility of that being a
They haven't
thing.
danced with this area of the map very much at all. Havoc fully
What
pushes.
the fuck?
Gets caught at the hands of Ethan. And now they resort to playing B in the book. They try to rotate back towards C.
Yeah, but this wall has been getting so much value on the C side.
Thing is, it's been Havoc that's been caught. He's not around for the rest of this one. Mata once again denying all this A main space. Heat just on the
It's a
other
good angle.
side of the wall.
It's a really
Gets
good
it
angle, huh?
work.
So fast. He's so quick with
Ooh,
it.
good timing.
NRG have figured something out. San drops down the paranoia.
Ooh,
through.
Sam!
Khalil falls.
Spam right!
Prize left in
Now!
1v5.
You heard me. Holy!
It was a couple of rounds ago, and it was before the eco, but I have to draw attention to Mike's call on the timeout.
Don't
because it
call him
seems
the
like
Cove,
since then,
man. He
something
doesn't
has
like
changed.
that.
Yeah. I mean, what? They stopped throwing rounds?
Whatever it is
Nah,
they're doing, it's working.
They've definitely choked out the map. They understand.
Tom should not retire. What do you
where
think?
Furia are going every single time now, and they're not.
It honestly
getting
comes down to
first-blooded.
him.
I mean, let's just keep it real. Sam,
Because he could stream.
on the
Not every pro player has that luxury.
Rushing B on me?
Whoa.
To me? No.
What is this new thing they're doing? What's the new thing they're doing?
Tandem.
The loading schedule of being.
And when you don't play up
It's
to
honestly
the
up to the
standard that
person.
everybody holds you to, that's where teams that are the underdog suddenly start upsetting
I
you.
think
and
Timmy's in
teams
something
don't
similar.
respect you
Timmy
anymore.
from Apex, you guys know him.
So they need to make a
Like he
statement
can
here. They need
retire
to bring this
and
half
go
back.
become a streamer as
Honestly,
well.
they need to win
But
this
he's
series
pursuing pro
cleanly.
because he wants to be a pro. It's up to the person.
Otherwise, if I'm, G2, MIBR, Leviathan, I'm looking my chops.
You've got, what, 5 weeks in the split?
All right.
It doesn't have to be pretty.
Yeah.
And
Here we
you
go.
get the dub however you can, and that's what NRG are in hot pursuit on here. And
Full
again, the
buy
same goes
for
for
Furia still. I know
Having
it's not,
never
sorry.
bested NRG in the
High
partnership
five.
era.
Off the pause.
Up 2 rounds here.
Rachel?
map one.
Not winning a map with this roster.
Hasn't used Clovel yet, I don't
This
think.
year. We're really just trying to win their first
Wait,
map.
NRG hasn't won a map all year? Are they lost
Yeah,
all
you
their
have to go
series
back
to
pretty
0?
far to look at the last time Furia won a map. It was against 2G at the beginning of the year.
Oh no, Furia.
Like back in
Furia.
January.
Furia.
thing is, that was
NRG
with
have one for
Turtle
sure. It's Furia.
So-
Sorry. I see. NRG have one.
Good stun there. Finesse
Good
gets
stun
another.
for real. They're warming up.
Swinging into it.
They're warming
Khalil fell
up.
too.
Yeah, just trying to take these aim kills. Finesse. He does get taken out, but Brock.
Wait. Do you guys believe now?
That was an
Do you
eco,
guys
but
believe
again,
now? You see what I was
any
talking
round
about
is a
on
valuable one
paper?
here for NRG. They do so cleanly, carry 3 rifles in. The money looks really, really good. And you've got Brock Sold, who's about to be up, along with Modest.
How do I
That's
get
up
better
now.
at IGLing my bronze comp games?
And you're 100% correct, by the way.
Brother,
NRG have downloaded
you're IGLing in
Furia's
bronze?
game plan now. They're not falling for these rotations, and they're actually quite ahead.
I gotta see that.
I mean, 3-4 players at a
I
site
need to see what that looks like.
for the last, I think, 3 rounds that NRG have
I mean, what's
won.
the calls? Let's go B?
And a lot of that has been some of this extremity
Let's go B?
denial.
We went B?
You can't
Now
really
let's go
speed
A.
up B into the vice either. Yeah, you can bait out those thorns, but you're left to pivot after that.
A didn't work?
Attack
You try
up the
middle?
board, just like
Nah,
around, but
try
this
A
time,
again.
with
They'll never
nothing being
expect it.
seen,
That's honestly like
NRG decided
Radiant
to
though.
creep up
That's honestly
Mata.
how it is with Radiant
They don't
too.
have a stun to set him up here.
decides to stand his ground, dig his heels in.
Oh, Havoc
joins him, but pays for it with his life. Havoc now so weak. The
what the fuck is this?
Connect onto anyone.
Not only did he breach out his teammate, but he got nobody.
And meanwhile,
I thought they were
is very
fighting.
reminiscent to what energy we're
I mean,
doing
we
on
see
A,
everything,
where
but that was
Mata's taking all
bad.
that space, but this time it's Finesse. Look at where he is on the minimap.
So
Wait,
aggressive.
He's
we've got
fully
him
behind
boxed.
them.
Got him boxed like a fish.
Mata's playing on the edge of the smoke as well. This is where it tends to fall apart for NRG though.
Wait, Finesse
They
is going
have
all the
read.
way. Hold on, overpass.
He just slips away.
Oh my god, I'm
Play this
scared.
carefully, and you've got success. Beautiful.
Take
from
my
Finesse.
one.
Gets in,
Like a
gets
thief
his
in the
kill,
night.
doesn't overheat. Forcing
Good
them into a
paranoia.
pretty rough situation. Fury with 40
Wait.
seconds left.
We're walking
Still
back
have to
in.
figure out where they want to go.
We're hitting that shot
And
though.
the
Nice
re-clear
shot.
onto Prize as well. Now the up down. I mean,
30 seconds left.
Damn.
I was gonna say it's looking fruitful, but now it's a 2v2, Doug.
Full of his
Khalil with
ults.
20
Full of his
HP.
ults.
Heath, the only one who's healthy.
Spike planted.
Very interesting plan.
He
It's
don't
not for
overheats
any of
'cause
the
you know he
users of
only
Fury.
will
I
get
mean, he
one.
can spam
All right.
that box for sure.
You guys just
but
mean.
Finesse, he's sitting very healthy here. If he can win this head-to-head against Khalil.
How does this duo decide to do this? Finesse waiting, creeping through on the
just
inside
going
of the
at the
door,
ends.
completely decapitated by Khalil. Leaving Som in a 1v2. Ult pops, he's gonna try to get it to half, decides
Hello?
to hold it. He's gotten it down to 1, and that's Heat on the other side.
Oh my
Gets the
god.
kill.
Wait, why did the Omen walk
Gorgeous
in?
1v2 by Som to secure another round for NRG.
Oh my god, what a
The
touch.
pace that Som just put on that
What is it?
retake, he smokes the spike, taps it instantly, and yeah, Finesse drops, but the mechanical talent just showing. Som, he's in form
Later?
right now. I mean, he's been in form.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah.
He's looked so solid.
Send me the menu.
And what a play to take that one little step.
Wait, my W stripper?
Full commit on that
Okay,
kill.
Som did great. Som did great. What could Fury have done better?
Red Bull clutch through for NRG.
Like,
You mentioned
was
Som,
the
how
problem
good
Omen
he's
walking
been.
in? Or
Currently sitting at 13 and 5.
'Cause,
In
like-
the series against Cloud9 that they lost, he went plus 12.
Yeah.
they should have gone to the smoke together,
he's in
right?
plenty
They
good
should have went
form.
to the smoke together. Yeah, they should have gone together. That's the only difference. That's
A
true.
little bit of
But
denial
Som like
here
took
from the
advantage of
side
it. Good job to
NRG,
Som.
But rotations have already been made.
If they go into the smoke together, they probably
Fury,
win.
Looks like they want to pivot back towards B, but with that stealth drone being used, they understand that NRG knows no one's here now.
They are
They have
fucking
to
brain dead,
reclaim that
bro.
space.
Okay, look, I want to point out,
Ethan
guys.
still has a stun.
As a spectator, it's.
Well,
Ooh,
Ethan will
wait,
have a
Ethan
stun
is
in
actually
the
known
next
for his
round.
jump
He
spots.
gets destroyed.
That's crazy. As a
And now you have
spectator,
to get your
it
get
is
back. Mata, he's gonna be
infinitely
that guy with that
easier
operator.
for us
Just
to.
misses. Tail ultimate used though. Prize, he's stuck here.
Oh, it actually worked. For us to know and say what should have happened.
Fully investing onto that. I thought there might be
You guys
some
know that,
crunch
right?
elsewhere on the map, but no.
You guys are aware
You're
of
gonna
this?
stick to that TP. Yes, you are.
Som knows.
It's so much different in the moment.
Hanging out on the mini map. Oh,
Everyone's
Khalil
dying.
gets a kill onto him anyway.
Everyone's
I think he
dying.
must have gotten timing. And now you have a free C
Black has to make a play.
That Vice wall is still up.
Wall tripped.
It's not going to get much value here, but maybe now an opportunity for Brock to even the score.
He's gotten one. This would be a 2v4 if they can convert it. Delaying on the plan and Dink dealt.
Wait, I actually
Leaving
believe.
Finesse in a 1v3.
Oh!
Make that 2.
Hold on! Flank, 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 flank!
Oh, set apart again, just narrowly
They don't
spotting
hear
a
you,
pixel, but
They
it's not
don't
gonna
hear
be enough.
you.
Furia get to 6.
Damn, I actually believe
It's
it.
the rotations from Furia that are just posing
Yeah, but
the
you're a
biggest
pro. You
threat
should
to
play
NRG.
smarter.
Well, I think a lot of
This
it
time
too
it was
is-
that Omenal.
Yeah,
Bro.
Khalil's ult, and then obviously Som.
Yeah,
not
but you
being
have
able to
2,000
convert on
hours
that
and you're
kill
stuck in
just opened
bronze.
everything up
How
for
about
the attack.
that?
And the thing is that's not able to happen if he
can't be
isn't
perfect,
so on
dude.
fire with his aim right now. He is killing
Sorry, that was mean.
everybody that
That
is
was too
peeking
far,
on
my
the
bad.
rotations.
I went too far. I went too far. It's my bad.
In B or
We
on
can
that
agree
same
on that.
time. So he just
We can
has
agree
that
I went
free
too
set
far.
to walk around flank, secure the 1v2. Now it's A fire for A fire. Mata, what can he do here?
The damage.
Just
Damage
uses
and out.
utility to get out. I mean, the threat of Fury at this A side
My
is
soul.
too much.
They've
Refight.
got 4 members from the defense here.
Oh, it's gonna be a big refight.
Finesse has his ult. Used right on cue. Havoc does too.
Wait, he got
That's 2
seized.
kills away of the defense.
Where are you
Now
going,
Mata
sweetheart?
exchanging with ult of his own as Khalil will crumble.
There's nothing left for you to do. You
That
have to
was
speed
sick.
up B here.
Did he get? How is that guy at 1 HP?
All that Vice utility is still up at C. Stealth drone to clear out water. Oh no. The silent walk up.
Teased by who? That's what I'm saying. There's no fade.
I mean,
How's he 1 HP?
not enough silence in the world for that.
Oh, no way. Spike was dropped as well. The double up proactivity, pushing through A. I mean, Heat is getting swarmed right now. Mata. He does clean him up. So a great comeback to the half, though, from NRG. Right off of that timeout from Mike's.
Yeah, to be a fly on the wall there and hear what that conversation against Cloud.
We'll see what he could do. Let's see what he could cook up here. He's working alongside Mata, but the spike is going towards B, and it's a trap play.
There are so many members here.
I can't eat pork, brother. Are you kidding me?
Both.
Oh, Pastor.
That's going to be the cue to take a quick
Hey,
step
stop
back.
for the haram, brother. Come on. How dare you make me Google that?
Great bait out of utility. Now Mata, he's broken that door, and he's inserted himself so deep. He's hearing these rotations onto the A site. He's going to be feeding all this info to the side of
Okay, focus on
NRG.
pistol.
It's
Wait,
gonna
focus
be
on
a tableau
pistol.
door, but a B pivot.
Do they decide to contact their way through? Yeah, it seems like that's going to be the case. Neon now dashing out. Heat playing in a really good position.
Whoa.
Was poised, was set up.
He got fucking owned. Wait, that was the same way Sam died. He killed him.
It's just so hard to
Wait,
hit.
NRG are
And every
looking
second that passes,
good.
NRG can fortify this post plant even further. There was no flood.
Where's Eden
Which
looking?
again was why Cloud9 were so successful against NRG. It seemed
What
like
happened
they never
here?
really
What
let
happened
them play at their
here?
own pace. Havoc and Khalil opening the site
What
up.
happened right there?
Forget about a flood. They might just duel their way
Yucky.
through. Mata's left in 1v3. He
Yucky.
cannot convert.
Yucky.
Oh man, NRG. They have the spike down, they have the positioning, but Furia had the hard read on those members that were sitting in Broken Door. That fault line that came through from water.
Brother,
it landed on
I don't
two
jinx.
members.
I
Havoc.
say it how
was
I
just
see
free
it.
for him. It's so hard to hit the Neon.
They were
Obviously only hit
looking
one
good,
player, but
and then
still.
they weren't. It's very simple when you think about it. And now they look like ass.
Some nice shots from the side of Furia. And they win another pistol round.
Why is
putting
brother
themselves in a
standing?
good spot. This is something that they couldn't do against G2. They won one round on their defensive side, Furia.
Well, so far they have met that mark. Looking to eclipse it here and avoid getting bonused.
We saw it, Elena.
Sheriff in the hands of Sam.
Util for Util here at C. Causes a rotation, but sense some proactivity coming through here from the side of Furia. Maybe want to dab a little bit more, especially when Sam's going to get contact.
Remember, that's a Sheriff.
Oh. I mean,
I'm gonna get 2 birria tacos. Fuck it, we ball.
Only Neon. Only Neon gets away from that.
We're balling on a budget. Damn, Khalil!
Shots is Rock, who will find lethality.
They might be able to.
I feel like all teams should be using the Sentinels Classic. What do you guys think?
Can work something with this. Ah, there's the stun. The proactive
It's better for the
slide
scene.
from Havoc. Does not want anybody to have that weaponry.
Dude, talking about what kind of weak ass shit is that? Like, I would normally get like 3 or even 4. Nah, 4 is crazy. I would normally get 3, but I'm
Okay, we're not
trying to.
still talking about the potential
Yeah?
of round.
Nah, Finesse is stuck
Be conservative.
alone here. I mean, there's 4 members. They know
If Finesse
where
wins
he
this,
is.
I'll shave every particle of hair on my body.
Yeah, poor guy.
He was cooked.
And I will say, with that prize, gets to upgrade to that Bulldog. Wait, he doesn't grab it? There was another Bulldog there that it could have
Minus 5K?
taken. I guess he's just too happy about the anti-eco win. Or they're
Wait,
so they
wait.
need
You have to get jacked. But no, I do have to get.
doing
It's like,
to correct play considered. I mean,
There it is, the Salvo's hit back sight. The stun comes through. Rafa's still waiting on
Wait,
the other
Finesse
side.
is-
Finesse is there to greet him.
the turn.
Prize.
Every time.
They didn't clear it. They didn't clear tree. Now
Ooh.
Brock.
Good though.
Okay, here's the vice. And
Was
walks
it
out
not?
around with it. In the body.
Up trap that.
Dwindling so low.
That is it's B, but
Nice
okay,
second.
that's a shot under tube over towards kitchen side. That's that mid anchor of Shy. Look up.
Welcome to the server.
Feels like defense. It's too hard to hold A.
But this is a
Like,
new
defense
roster,
holding A is
new
impossible.
era, and it's feeling like they've really put the work into this.
And it's a question of if we're
Look at
needing a
this.
timeout here on the crew
What
side
the
of
fuck
things
is
soon.
that?
Instead of starting to.
That was crazy, man.
And yeah, look, I mean, it's just Kesnick trying to take a fight there at that point.
All right, guys, welcome to the server. I'm glad we woke up.
He said I need a cigarette.
No, you don't. Definitely don't suggest
What?
that. Whoa, whoa. Look after yourselves out there, folks, and stay in school while you're at it. It's a timeout from Crew. V's are good.
That was a challenge.
That ultimate in a situation like that. Also want to see out of this timeout how Sen intend on adjusting. It has just been so easy for them to take this A site round after round. Are they going to open things?
Cigarette? No thanks. I think I'll stick to my sour green apple geek bar.
Plans Crew have.
Vaping is not
this time
cool.
It's a little more passive towards that A side.
I only say that because I don't
Early
vape
exploration.
though.
Melsa's going to be allowed to push up here.
Maybe it is cool. Should I start? I'm just kidding. It's bad for you, actually.
A Kesnet like dash updraft off
It's
of
actually not good for you.
recon, try and take a fight towards
And if you
Bell.
vape,
So in the past, Crew had this
they can't help
tendency
you.
on these save rounds to buy sheriffs and push mid.
No!
That's 5. That was very typical for them.
Took it away though.
This time,
wouldn't have
though,
mattered.
They've got some guns in the mix, so they're probably not reverting to that protocol. Sen are playing though as if they're ready for something of a push-up.
Vaping is worse for you than smoking cigarettes. True.
There's nothing to see
Oh.
here either. This should get
Has to be a sig
Drifter
then.
towards B, but
Nice
okay,
second.
that's a shot under tube over towards kitchen side. That's that mid anchor of Shy down.
And that false info from the
Derek,
drone
I'm
could allow
disappointed.
Sin to now scale up towards
I never thought I'd be a loyal viewer for
slowly
so
take
long.
that space and work back
I won't
into
be
a full
subbing. Your
execute.
content's changed. I've supported
Time's
you.
certainly the essence.
Have to
40 seconds to play
reevaluate.
with now. But
Suck a
half
dick,
the util's
pussy.
being drawn out on the B side, and Kesnet realizing he might have to rotate back to A here.
Yeah, this is the Crew ants round. They are just running around on defense. They do not know where
Don't
to
be
position
sad, suck a
at the
dick.
moment. But they've made the read, actually. They've gone back to A right on
Nice.
time.
No.
Okay, getting messy
Yes.
now. Mel's
No,
having
you
a
gotta kill.
second,
Fuck.
but it's going to be a trade. Numbers favour Sen now in this 4 versus 3, and they're on the front part of the site. But
Nice.
Kesnet, surely he's not going to hold out.
The
These
flash.
interlopers in for free. Surely, look
Holy
at
shit,
X-Sides
everyone's
at all now,
blind.
but it's awkward. He's got to swing out and get a trade at best, but it's Mazzino.
She
Vintage
won.
Mazzino. Able to use that ultimate now. Give Bang the hot. He's stopped up, but he misses a golden opportunity. Bang healthier right now. Has to keep moving here. Oh my God. That is dirty business.
The movement there, just taking that extra step, and then the shot. Beautiful from Mazzino.
What happened?
An unexpected way to win that round, to say the least.
Shy looked almost reverent there, witnessing that from his teammate.
We get it, bro. You have a cell phone.
911. I'd like to report a absolute murder of 4 individuals hailing from Sen City.
Either that or he's trying to phone a friend to figure out how to win defensive rounds without clutching 1v4s. It's one or the other, man. Because you can't replicate that.
Chad, have we seen any pros squeeze a teddy bear in a clutch and then win the clutch?
See how this goes down.
I want. What?
God, that is. Because you can't replicate that.
Chad, have we seen any pros squeeze a teddy bear in a clutch
and
then win the clutch?
See how this goes down.
I want. What?
God, that is gross. I feel like I need to
Why
take
does he
a
know teddy bear?
shower.
Pros squeezing teddy bears.
It's all that seawater, you know.
I mean, the swings from Sen were perfect.
That is picante. Holy.
Okay. He is on one today.
Well,
you can't be losing when you have someone playing like that, man. you got to get back in the game.
Okay, Stan looks to open around here. Cascade thrown out. Zekin, though, wants to ask for more. Viper's Pit 1 away.
What the fuck?
Lockdown 1 away for Sentinels. Kesnet back on the old faithful operator.
Yep, and again, Crew are just going to stack up towards A due to him controlling B, but they're going to be pushed out of the site, at least temporarily, by this lockdown.
Adverso offers, just holding back in his Hunter's Fury for the time being. So Crew are going to respect this, allow Sentinels to move on into A. Oh, wow. Okay,
Wait, it's suppressed
there for
Zova.
Johnny sees so much.
And it just took down the Hunter's Fury. Kesnet, great opening.
That's been disabled for the time being now. Viper's Pit here for Sen in the post plant. Kesnet does get his pound of flesh, but there's so much more to be done now. And to get through this pit could be a tough ask. And also see nothing. No tags at all off of that Hunter's Fury. Time is ticking. Celsius crouched, biding his time, waiting inside the pit. Adverso wants to try and light it now, but Zekin's dealt with Melsa easily enough.
Nice.
Celsius is waiting, ready to take the fight. And
No
Crew
time.
down to 3
Good
with an
job.
operator as well. This looks awkward.
It took so
They're
long in
gonna
the
have to walk
retake,
away.
right?
It's going to be a 2-gun save here. Shy looking for something on the exit side, but there's nothing to be found.
Clean look for Zen.
The crew team had nothing to explore into that pit. No drones.
The knife lost in the round?
Zen
Wait,
was
I actually
stacked
think
up
you're
in it.
right.
Cannot express
John
enough
suppressing
how much
4 of
value
them
the
made their
0 point from John
the
got.
retake take
Not
so
only did he
long.
catch 4 players, sure, you get the info that they've been pushed all out by the lockdown in those common positions, but more importantly, it nullified the usage of the Hunter's Fury.
Yes.
While they were planting the spike.
Yeah.
The way that they've been getting into the
They
site.
owned the
Play off of as well.
Vote towards back. Yellow on.
He's rummaging through the.
They know.
Like,
Strong on
that,
the
they
A
stretched that
side.
out.
I'm really impressed
That was a YouTube react by the crowd.
by the way that they've been getting into the
They
site.
owned the fuck out of that
Watch him just stay
molly.
here even without tailwind.
Nah.
Gets his one.
It's the goats, bro.
Positions
It doesn't matter. It's embarrassing no matter.
Very least, so he's time. They don't have to contend with.
Bro, one
Clearing
gifted.
a lot of the front part of this site.
What? That's what you want?
This crew want to flood in. Time is dwindling so low. 15 seconds. Sen haven't even tapped the spike yet, and all the crew are stacked up.
Okay, oh, that's nasty. Narrate gonna be caught by the shock dart. John gonna try and get this
No,
drive
chill,
down now.
chill.
Scant seconds left in the round. It's him and Zelsus against the world. Mazzino gets caught.
We're losing because of you
Zelsus has
guys.
to make it happen. V3 here, and he's hot.
It's my
gazing on
fault.
that
It's my
off
fault.
angle.
Thank you for the one
Comfortable
gifted, bro.
swing for
You're right.
Kesnitz.
As my